San Antonio Spurs welcomed OKC into the Frost last night and took care of business, 116-106 against a very, very short-handed Thunder team. The Spurs had 5 in double figures and were paced by Keldon Johnson's 25. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys have hired Georgia Bulldogs outside linebackers Chidera Uzodribe as they continue to round out their new defensive coordinator Christian Parker's staff. Finally, in Major League Baseball's former Astros starting pitcher Framber Valdez is signing with the Detroit Tigers, agreeing to a 3-year, $115 million deal. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live from AA Best Bell Bonds Radio Row in San Francisco with coverage leading up to Sunday's big game. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. It's a small Friday here on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm your old pal AJ here from the 94.1 studios in San Antonio, Texas. And out there in a much fancier San, the San of Francisco.
St. Frank.
Or they call it Francisco. I hear they call it out there. Francisco. San Francisco. That is Robert Thompson joining us on the program. Good morning, Robert. How are you, friend?
Good morning. St. Frank's around here.
Yeah.
Poncho.
Is that what you guys are calling it?
Poncho's place, yeah.
How you feeling, boss man? Are you long night, late night?
Late night.
Late night for me, too.
Late night.
But I'm fired up, baby. I'm fired up. Fired up. I haven't even had any caffeine yet, but I'm going to get some, and I'm going to be more fired up even. What'd you
That's
guys
a frightening thought, man.
What'd you guys get into last night?
Went to dinner with the good people at Southern Recipe. Went to a steakhouse.
A fancy pinky out dinner?
Yeah, one of those old San Francisco steakhouses.
Okay. They have those in San Francisco?
Seriously, who'd have thought?
I would have never thought that. Okay.
They actually do have steakhouses here, but it's one of those steakhouses that was probably really like the height of class and cool in the late 60s.
Okay, so this is not like the chain Old San Francisco Steakhouse.
No, and I just was playing on words that we had a steakhouse in Old San Francisco.
Is there an Old San Francisco Steakhouse here?
There was.
Oh, it's gone now?
Yeah, it's long closed.
R.I.P.
Wasn't it by San Pedro?
It was up San Pedro.
Right.
Yeah, the girl on the swing, the big thing of cheese. Yeah, that's long. I guess that closed probably 15 years ago.
Man, R.I.P. Those were great places. Yeah. I don't know of any of them that are still open, but
I don't think they're still around. This is one of those where everybody's in a black coat and they're very spiffy with like. Yeah. But steaks were good.
But they were 7 out of 10.
They were California.
It was really I'm not. Hey man, I'm never going to turn down a good ribeye, but it wasn't the to the quality I think we've come to expect in the modern era.
Okay.
It was kind of old school.
Okay.
Oh, they didn't use beef tallow.
But it was a good meal. I'm not. We had a fantastic time, but the post was the more interesting part of the day. We went to Shannon Sharp's Super Bowl party afterwards.
Oh
yeah, hung out with Stephen A. and the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you pass?
Not my crowd, by the way.
Did you pass on the Eisen thing?
No, that kind of. Although we did pass on it just because it was too far away.
Okay.
There was no other reason that it wasn't going to fit in with the plan. So we chose the steakhouse over Eisen.
So, and then you hung out with Stephen A. Smith after that?
Just for a moment. But I was standing there and you could tell there was kind of like this ripple in the crowd. And here comes Stephen A.
But this was Shannon Sharp's party?
Yeah, it was Shannon Sharp's official Super Bowl party. Oh, yeah.
What kind
there's a lot of that going on in the whole building, man. I did not fit in.
Was it on an island?
It should have been.
It was on... Let me tell you something, Rob.
Dude, there was a lot of that going on in there. There were more people acting like him than him.
Oh, yes.
But, it was where all the cool kids were for a minute.
Wow. So
for a minute.
No good stories?
Not really, just because I got there and realized this is not my scene.
Yeah.
And they had it was sponsored by a cognac company, and so all they had were these remarkably sweet cognac drinks. That after one of them, I was, "Now this is not going to be my party."
No, well, that's unfortunate.
No. It was for you had to be. It was for the fancy types. Let me tell you.
Well, I'm not a fancy type, so I'm maybe glad that I didn't go there.
That was not. Well, I was home and in bed by 11:30, which is 1:30 here.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Well, 11. I keep in mind I have to get up at 2.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I myself played a little poker last night, and I got home just after midnight. So I think I'm about an hour in on you, but not too shabby. Not too shabby. Like the way we sleep, I'm guessing you're going to take a nap today, and everything will be just fine.
I hope.
Okay.
We're getting busy around here.
We are. We've got a few interviews to record after the show today. We've got a few interviews to play for. Maybe that's what we could do. When we play an interview, you can just take a nap.
Oh no, I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm no worse off than any other day. It's just it's kind of piling up on me.
Yeah, I understand.
But last night, the stories are going to come from last night. I'm still processing. I mean, it was nothing weird, nothing bizarro went down last night.
Okay.
Other than the crowd, dude. I've never been in a room.
So you're not
swole up dudes.
You're not sore or anything. You're saying,
dude, that place was so full of swole up football players on the make. It was dangerous.
Okay. Well,
woo.
I'm glad that you made it out okay. Is all I'll say. I didn't want you getting growled on.
Oh no, I was not in the way. I was just an interested bystander.
What was her name? The gal's name?
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle.
I don't know how I remember that.
There were a bunch of Michelles in there.
You like that, Michelle?
Oh man,
Michelle, you want to meet my friend Rob?
Oh,
Rob come from Texas. You know what they say about Texas, boy?
yeah.
Ooh. No, they say everything big over there, but they don't know about Ocean.
and you have to see Stephen A.
I blended into my Michael
party.
Irvin. That was too much.
Yeah.
Well, and that all kind of rolls into one. You have to see the strut that Stephen A. brings into a party. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody knows. Yeah, I know exactly what he looked like.
God,
and you're right.
A guy did. Stephen A. is bigger than you would think. Like
he is about 6'4". He's bigger than you think. Yeah.
He's like Stephen A. on television. You think he's like 5 foot.
Because he acts like a little dude.
Yeah, but he's like a normal sized person. He's like I don't think he's bigger than us, but he's like.
Well, he played ball in college, so to give you an idea, he played guard.
Yeah,
in college, he's a college guard.
He's a decent sized guy.
Mm-hmm.
But my old podcast co-host in Vegas, he worked with Stephen A. He produced for him before he went to Big Time National, and so when we had him on our pod a couple times when we were out at the Super Bowl, and I don't like being around him. It's hard for me to bite my tongue.
He hates the Spurs, right? So I think when the Spurs made the finals one time, he was broadcasting out of my studio and he had brought Popeye's chicken and he ate the entire thing. And I was like, hey, Mr. Smith, all right, I'll talk to you later. He goes, man, get out of my way.
He didn't give you any chicken?
No, because I had a Spurs jersey on.
How many pieces of chicken were there?
I think it was a 3-piece.
Okay, it's hard to share that. I get it.
Yeah, and they were small pieces.
But you think it because you had a Spurs jersey or because you were Hispanic?
No, because I had a Spurs jersey. He doesn't like Spurs.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, you're here covering it. You're in San Antonio.
You should have told him to find a different studio to beat feet, bro. Get out of here.
Scram.
It didn't give you any fried chicken.
He had to feed his ego, so that was 2 pieces for the ego and 1 for Stephen A. and none for you.
And a biscuit.
And the biscuit definitely went to the ego.
Yeah.
But to watch the strut into the party is that's a practice exercise, man.
Oh yeah,
he busted out the blue steel look.
Oh, okay.
You know, the
aura,
the indifferent but angry look because he's having to go through this, part the crowd.
Oh yeah,
it was a glorious thing to watch.
Was he above
Stephen A?
Oh, Stephen A.
He's the man. He's the man.
Here, have some cognac and whatever this is, and have a good night.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. We can't all be Stephen A.
No.
Hey, how long did you pay attention to the trade clicker before you decided, boy, I'm just not going to look again until it's over because it's happening too fast?
Yeah, I was the same way. I gave up on it. I was really frustrated because like I said, I was playing poker last night, so I was watching I was trying to watch the Spurs game while I was playing. But then the Nuggets and Knicks went to double overtime and like made me wait around forever. So by the time it gets on, it was like, oh man, the Spurs are whooping some ass. So I go to check my phone and I texted it in our group chat, like, this is embarrassing. Oh, yeah. Like the Thunder played their bottom 8 guys on their roster. Like they punted that game last night.
Yeah, they pulled a Greg Popovich. They punted in front of the other crowd and didn't play anybody.
I am so glad. I was going to go to that game. I told you I was like, I was going to go, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to be out. And when I say like I was out playing poker, but it's like poker's easy for me to get to. The Frost Center is not easy for me to get to. But I was so glad I did not go to that game. I would have been pissed if I drove all the way over there to that part of town and that was the game I saw. Now the unfortunate thing is that it ended up being a closer game than it probably should have been at the end. But man, what a weird move, and maybe I don't know if it's a power play. I don't know what the Thunder were trying to accomplish with that. Did you have a grasp on it?
Well, I think they've already lost the season series, so I mean the tiebreaker had already been given up, and I think that's the justification for what they did. But that's all mental stuff.
See, that's funny. I was going to ask you that because I don't know that they had lost the season series because I don't know if that play-in
because
game
we have that
count.
added game. Well, we have that added game. I don't know how that played into it.
I don't think they would count an 83rd game towards the season-long tiebreakers. I think they'd have to go to a separate tiebreaker.
To me, it felt like a mental game. I assumed that they a lot of the thought process, at least the way they could justify sitting everyone on the road like that, was that the season series was lost because. If the Spurs did something like that, I mean, this is what brought on the fines. This is something that the NBA is desperate to avoid, especially because on paper and by national TV merit, this was the game, and OKC sat everybody. So I don't think the league's very happy with them. But aside from that, it was more of you got to beat us. We don't got to beat you.
Right.
Kind of attitude. So there's a little bit of mental play in there, but by the same token, it's something that was good for the Spurs. They rolled out, had 5 guys in double figures. People hit shots. Now it's not going to be a pretty game. So, at the end, it was their backs against our backups. And, it was a fun little pickup game in the fourth quarter. But for the most part, the good news is Spurs get an easy win. And it looks like it's a power play move. You still beat them and you beat them at home. And give you a chance to work out some of the kinks, I hope.
Yep. So we'll get into that game a little bit more later on. We got a lot to talk about. We've got several interviews to bring you today from Radio Row. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More wall-to-wall coverage leading up to Sunday's big game continues next on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 causing heavy delays. It's northbound O'Connor up to Judson Road. 2 right lanes closed. Start moving over to your left side. Stop and go from Walsham. It's going to take you about 45 minutes to get through. Got a couple of stalls on I-10 westbound. That off-ramp to Foster Road, east side of town, blocking the median and the shoulder. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the big game in Silicon Valley. And the only local station bringing you exclusive wall-to-wall coverage from the Bay Area. All brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're live from Radio Row with insider interviews, breaking stories, and all the pregame excitement leading up to the superb Owl. From the biggest names in sports to behind-the-scenes access, we've got it all. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Your front row seat to the backstage action, live from the Bay Area, is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I'd like to thank the Academy for bringing me back from the dead and sharing my story with the world. I mean, I was doing Vicodin smoothies before smoothies were cool, man. Because I'm the biggest star in the world. Michael Jackson tried to do Vicodin smoothies and he died. Never land my ass.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Order Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue for your big game watch party. For a limited time, the rib pack is available just for the big game with 3 pounds of mouth-watering ribs and home-style sides of your choice. Feed your crowd with game day favorites. For 26 years, Smoky Mo's has created craft-level barbecue with great neighborhood value. Smoky Mo's is great Texas barbecue served fast and friendly with 8 convenient locations in San Antonio. Stop by or order Smoky Mo's for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBBQ.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you haven't checked out the new Novo Brazil Brewing Company attached to North Star Mall, what are you waiting for? We're talking craft beers and kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens. This is San Antonio's newest sports watching destination. It's Novo Brazil Brewing Company's first Texas location and is conveniently attached to North Star Mall and open late hours to serve you. Fresh Novo Poke Nachos, Picanha Prime Sirloin, burgers, and more. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to NovoBrew.com. That's NOVOBrew.com.
It's Pork Rind Appreciation Day at PorkRinds.com. Hall of Famer Devin Hester and PorkRinds.com are lining up to be the heroes for the Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund. Pork rinds are the MVP of the snack aisle. Low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Visit PorkRinds.com to enter for a chance to win a 2027 Big Game Travel Package and a year's supply of rinds. Support a great cause and find your favorite rinds at PorkRinds.com. Pork Rind Appreciation Day, the crunchiest day in football.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is
Just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Mamas.
Just all the mamas.
Baby mamas.
Yeah.
Ah,
Ms.
yes.
Jackson.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson. Ooh. AJ and Rob on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The trade deadline, as Rob mentioned, was a busy time last night. I feel like it was a busier trade deadline than normal. Am I wrong?
Oh, it's ridiculous. No, it's starting with back in when Trey was moved back early January. You kind of got the sense that this might be big, but this has been big despite the fact that Giannis hasn't moved. I think as the time has gone by and Golden State made all those moves, I'm not sure that Giannis is going anywhere. But even despite all of that, we've had whopper team deals. We've had single dudes moved. We've had cash consideration moves. We've had them all. Some actually are about getting better now, which I appreciate. And it's not a bunch of salary cap dumping. There's teams trying to get better. Atlanta has done everything they can to get better, which kind of shocking.
Are we wrong, or are the Wizards trying to get better?
Yeah, that's another team.
The Wizards bringing in Trae Young and Anthony Davis. They're at least. I don't know how good they can be with those two guys, but at least they've got two big name, brand name players. Like, what are the Wizards doing?
They're trying to get better, and they're taking advantage of those that are kind of not. But it seemed to me, for the most part, everybody involved did things with the intent to improve. Now, that Cleveland Clipper deal is going to be watched closely over the next couple of months to see who really benefited early and who's going to benefit late. But I look at what Atlanta did. They've done what they can. Golden State has turned a page. I'm not sure what page they're turning, but they certainly have turned a page in an attempt to kind of further things along. Dallas is just kind of, I think, kind of expunging all previous evidence of the horrific deal that they were a part of. I don't know which way Dallas is headed, but at least we know that they're moving on from a bad decision.
Yeah, the real bum in this whole deal is a guy who's already fired. It's more dirt on the grave of Nico Harrison. The Mavericks send Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum to Washington. In exchange, they get Marvin Bagley, Malachi Branham, Chris Middleton, and A.J. Johnson. Mavericks also get the Thunder's 2026 first, which I don't think that's going to be very good. And the Golden State Warriors 2030 first, which is top 20 protected. So here is what, when it's all said and done, less than 1 year after they shipped Luka out of town, this is the final haul. Here's what they've got to show for him. Max Christie, Chris Middleton, who they're going to probably buy out, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, the Thunder's first-round pick, a Lakers 2029 first-round pick, and a top 20 protected Warriors 2030 pick. It's
a crap show, man.
Like, Max Christie is probably the best thing you got back for Luka. That's a disaster.
It's
even worse than we thought it was.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not sure if, the spite of getting rid of Anthony Davis, they threw out the bathwater and the baby. I mean, they got even worse and dug even a deeper hole with this deal. Now, they cleared some space and they've got some money. But at the end of the day, it like you just said, it's worse than we thought it could have been.
Yeah.
It
because
continues
you
to
got
ravage.
You got like less than 30 games out of Anthony Davis. I mean, it is wild. You're right, though. It does help with the salary cap front. Like, they got. I've been saying the Mavericks needed to be more on Cooper Flagg's timeline. It looks like they are getting more on Cooper Flagg's timeline.
So, what do you think that timeline is? Do you think it's sped up or it's
slowed down? It's slowed down.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, I mean, the Mavericks are still. I mean, now they need someone to pair with him. They're admitting that the guy that they had wasn't going to be the pair with him. Now they need someone to pair with him.
But I think they've seen Cooper Flagg and now think he's further along. I think he's ready to be paired.
I agree, but I mean, but what I'm saying is, I don't think adding Kyrie Irving into the mix makes the Mavericks a title contender.
No,
I think there needs to be another top level guy that they add in, and they know that Anthony Davis can't be that guy. I will say the Wizards are so odd. The Wizards right now have the fourth worst record in the league. They're only 2 games ahead of Sacramento for the worst record in the league. Wherever they end up in the lottery, they're going to get somebody. Now, they've got the 2 players that they got, Davis and Trae Young, are out through at least through the All-Star break, probably longer. I would not be shocked if they don't play either of them for much of this year, because they need to make sure they keep their top 8 protected pick. They can't fall out of the top 8. Yeah. But what they are going to do is they're going to add a lottery pick this year, and then they're going to take Anthony Davis and Trae Young, hopefully, at least they're hoping, healthy into next season with a good couple of young key pieces and try to make a run at it. It is it's sort of a cheat to a process, like a Philly process. But what they did was they got 2 old dogs that can't play right now, but they can play next season, and they can add them in with what they're going to have. And it makes Washington a little intriguing next year.
Oh man, it's just it intrigues me as to how exactly it's going to fail.
Okay, I mean, they're a bad franchise, so typically that's
they're a bad franchise, and you've got 2 guys that can't stay on the court, and you've combined the 2. So yeah, maybe when they play together, that once in a blue moon, every 2 weeks, you get 2 or 3 games together. It might look kind of fun, but it's just doomed. And I know that Sarr is going to be there to kind of take some work off of Davis. Doesn't have to do a lot of the defensive work is where he tends to get hurt, it seems. So, you got a guy that'll protect the rim, and you can let Davis kind of float out there and avoid contact. But at the end of the day, you've got 2 guys that are kind of ball dominant. I just don't see how it's going to work. I think they might make a little bit of hay during the regular season in a bad Eastern Conference and win some home games that might be just nice to do that. But I don't see success coming there.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about how all this affects Cooper Flagg, because that's what really matters for Maverick fan. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More wall-to-wall coverage leading up to Sunday's big game continues next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 causing heavy delays. It's northbound O'Connor up to Judson Road. 2 right lanes closed. Start moving over to your left side. Stop and go from Walsham. It's going to take you about 45 minutes to get through. Got a couple of stalls on I-10 westbound. That off-ramp to Foster Road, east side of town, blocking the median and the shoulder. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
For decades, Rudy's Barbecue has been serving San Antonio incredible barbecue. They've also been a legacy community champion, and now is no different. Every time you visit Rudy's Barbecue, you're invited to make a $10 donation to the Puppy Food Bank, and Rudy's will give you $15 in free barbecue on your next visit. So head on over to Rudy's Barbecue for a great meal and help the Puppy Food Bank support pet rescue shelters at the same time. This Rudy's Barbecue offer is a doggone good deal.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
What's wrong, Cupid? Lost my mojo. These arrows just don't work like they used to. The facts are people fall in love thanks to Connecticut, not poor old Cupid. You don't say. Oh, absolutely. Look over there. She's got silky smooth hair thanks to a Connecticut water softener. He's got softer skin and cleaner clothes, and now they're all lovey-dovey. Makes me sick. Don't feel bad, Cupid. You still have your bow and arrow. I know a Connecticut runs on kinetic energy like my bow and arrow. There's no computer to break. A Connecticut has it all.
For limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
You know, you're right. I love my Connecticut, too. My diaper has never looked so white. And my wings, oh, I look good. Cupid, you can always come to work for me, but you're going to have to wear pants.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
It's the biggest game in football, and it's right around the corner. You can get in on all the action with Underdog right now in Texas. Not on Underdog yet? Well, you're in luck. New customers score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. I love playing on Underdog. It's easy. All you have to do is choose higher or lower on predicted stats. Get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Plus, there's new promos dropping daily in the app. So if you like making picks and winning money, then Underdog is the best place to be for the big game. What are you waiting for? Download the app today and use promo code STAR to score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1073. 800-499-1073. 800-499-1073.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we continue our Radio Row coverage live from San Francisco, and we have a jam-packed show.
Headlined by the playmaker Michael Irvin about 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Also Kyle Rudolph, Doug Flutie, and just for Joe Reinagel, his favorite player, and Dalton Schultz.
Oh, boy, I can't wait for that. Plus, we'll react to the Spurs game against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
All righty now. Okay. Rob and AJ on the Morning Huddle 94.1. Good morning, everybody. Rob out in San Francisco. I'm here in the on the home field in San Antonio, and we are talking some of the stuff that went down yesterday, as today is the NBA trade deadline. Everything will get done by what time is it at, Rob?
3 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, so it'll get done right around the time the Blitz is coming on, so they'll have more on this stuff. But here is the deal. Even though Davis had not played a lot in Dallas, let's make no mistake, the Mavericks are significantly less talented without him today. It looks like the Mavericks are going to be a lottery team. I don't know when they're going to be a playoff team again, let alone a contender. And the weird thing about it is, when Cooper Flagg got drafted, he was going to a team that had Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, which put him and really not just those two guys, but really a supporting cast that was in the NBA Finals 2 years ago. It's very rare that a player of that caliber gets put into a situation as strong as Cooper Flagg had gotten put into. Now, Cooper Flagg is basically where most number one picks are, stuck on a bad team for the foreseeable future. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I think anything less of Cooper Flagg. I think he's amazing. I think he's going to be amazing. And I think eventually they'll build enough of a team around him, because I don't think it'll take much to build around him to make them a contender again. But they have gotten worse from a talent standpoint since they got him, which is not the way you want to go.
I think some of this we have to kind of judge by what they think Cooper Flagg is. And I do think that there was some initial fear that, well, he isn't ready, and Anthony Davis isn't on the court yet, or when he is, they haven't meshed well.
Yeah.
And then when they did put him on the court, they let Cooper play point guard. Remember that for the first couple of games, yeah. Cooper was bringing the ball up, and they were trying to work high pick and rolls, and that didn't work. So then I think they realized Cooper Flagg is better on the court without Anthony Davis. And that was a tough moment to come to bear with. That the trade, while it looked like a godsend when they got Cooper Flagg, the guy they got really doesn't work well with their other guy. They're both the same height. They kind of occupy the same space. One's a little bit more mobile, but one's a better defender. But for the most part, the old dog isn't going to mesh with a new kid, and they extricated themselves as fast as possible. I think it's a credit to Cooper that he's better, but yeah, this is a team that's going to have to do some serious work over the next 2 years. But they do have some money to do it, and I think they're going to be pretty bad for the rest of the year. But I don't think they're going to be bad for long. You know, Kyrie's going to help. I do think they're going to, when he does arrive, it will help some things, but. I think they've got to figure out what does Cooper do well and who they need to put around him. And I think they've got a little bit of time to do that.
Well, let me ask you that question then. Assuming that Kyrie is back next year, so you've got Kyrie and Cooper Flagg on the floor, and let's say you likely have a lottery pick this year. What kind of player are you looking for to mix in with those guys? Because in my mind, Anthony Davis should be a good fit.
They're the same space. Yeah. They just don't. They want to do some of the same things in the same places. It's just that Cooper Flagg can get into that space and leave the space where Anthony Davis can't anymore. I don't know. There's 12 dudes that are going to come out next year that are going to genuinely help. I think the draft is going to be catch as catch can for them. If whatever falls, I think will work well with Cooper. But it's the vets that you bring in. Do you bring in somebody to help with the scoring load, or do you bring in guys to help him with the scoring load? You know, I don't know. I haven't watched him enough to think which kind of player he is. Is he going to be the one that's going to fill every stat box, or is he the guy that needs to fill two of them and just do those two things, and that'll be enough? I don't know enough about him to see what's going to be best, but I do think that they've intentionally cleared the decks so they can find those guys that fit.
Yeah, and I get. I mean, there's people who will say, "Well, Anthony Davis doesn't play, so he doesn't play enough, so it's no big loss." But the reality is, Anthony Davis, when he's on the floor, is still, it's still an elite defensive player without question, elite defensively, and still a top 20 player in the league. It's much like the case with Philly with Joel Embiid or the Pelicans with Zion Williamson. When he's on the floor, he's still great. And you obviously, I mean, what the Spurs got back, what the Mavericks got back for him is essentially just
bag of beans.
They basically got cap space.
Yeah.
The likelihood they're going to fill that hole with a player, I'm sure, or a couple players who are more available than Anthony Davis, but that doesn't mean they'll be better players than Anthony Davis.
There's no doubt.
So there is a give and take of that.
You're right. They got worse. It's not like they got better by exiting him, but I think they realized, and you brought up the classic examples. I think they watched New Orleans with Zion, particularly, and realized let's not put up with that. Let's just cast it off and we'll just take what we get. But I don't want to sit here and will he or won't he? Is he able to? Is he not? Is it another thing? I think they just wanted to get rid of it now and get rid of the headache and use the Nico situation as this is the final blow. It's all over now.
The one thing I do like for Dallas is they are completely wiping the slate clean of anything that Nico did, which I respect. And they do have a lot more financial flexibility. And I do think that Cooper Flagg is the kind of guy that there's going to be veterans who will want to come play with him.
Absolutely.
They've got to hit with these draft picks that they've got now. That's going to matter a lot. But it's just it went from Cooper Flagg with AD and Kyrie and the mindset that, man, this team could be really good in a hurry, to now they're starting literally from scratch. They are building now around one player and one player only, and he's a 19-year-old rookie. So it's I don't think it's a disaster for the Mavericks. I think long term the Mavericks are probably in a better spot. I just think that the Mavericks' road to relevance it's probably more clear, but I think it's certainly a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
It feels very much like the beginning of not the Luka era, but way back when Dirk arrived. They had to kind of clean the slate. They had some old stuff hanging around the Mavericks locker room that they had to clear out and then bring in the new dudes for the Mavericks to finally get on that successful path. And I think they're trying to go the same route. They saw it work, and they tried to do it with Luka. It just didn't, but they saw it did work with Dirk. We're just let him play a role in every manpower decision, whether he says it or not. Let us pick guys that actually fit him, and it works. If you've got a coach that feels comfortable and is given enough time, and an owner that believes that in the plan, the Mavericks have done it basically twice. They just bailed on the second one.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I will say, I see Claymore and C-Note saying they're a better team now without AD. That's not true.
They're less talented.
They're
for sure.
Their ceiling has changed, certainly. Like, they've opened things up in a different way, but you don't take a guy who is a 20-12 guy who's one of the best defenders in the NBA and say, oh yeah, we're better without him. Why? Because of Max Christie? Max Christie's a better player than AD. Let's be real. But I do understand what the Mavericks mentality is here. I understand where they're trying to head. I think it slows things down. And obviously they've got to look at some guys like Klay Thompson, and see if like what.
I don't think he'll be around today.
I mean,
I think he's on his way out the door today.
If AD's not on your timeline, Klay Thompson certainly is.
Yeah, and his value went down, by the way.
Yeah. All right. Let's Claymore says, how are you counting on unavailable Mr. Day-to-Day Davis? I'm saying he's played half the games this year, but again, your ceiling when he is out there, you can't act like he's not a better player than everybody on the floor not named Cooper Flagg. He was still availability, aside, was still the second best player on this team.
I think some of it is maybe the team is better, but they're certainly less talented. There's just no getting around that.
Like I said, I'm not mad at the Mavericks for doing it.
Was squeaking out some wins. I mean, and they lost that. So what little talent they had, even though the team might be better and they might pal around better in the locker room because everybody who's able-bodied is actually playing, they're going to lose a bunch of basketball games.
Also, I mean, listen, the Mavericks should be trying to lose games because this move signals that you're not trying to do anything for this season, obviously, and the Mavericks shouldn't be trying to do anything this season. They should lose as many games as they possibly can and add the best possible player they can in the draft. And again, now they've got some money, some flexibility to bring in players. And again, if Cooper Flagg is going to be much like Wemby, De'Aaron Fox raises his hand, says, I want to go play with Wemby. I think there's going to be guys who raise their hand and say, I want to go play with Cooper Flagg.
It's a lot easier to say that in Dallas, too.
I agree.
Let's not kid ourselves, even if they didn't so it's an easy place to draw. The good news is they can win a few games. All these teams that are terrible are in a situation where they're, like I said, this is going to be one of those drafts that we look back on in 10 years ago. There's 2 or 3 Hall of Famers in here.
Yeah.
There's 10 legitimate number 1 picks in previous years that are going to be around. So it's going to be a heck of a draft. So you can win a few games, and you don't have to be terrible and still end up with a player that you could have for the next 10. That would be a foundational pick.
Yep. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the first hour. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Our AA Best Bell Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More behind-the-scenes access is coming up next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway. Predict the exact score of the big game in Santa Clara, California, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com. The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Dietz Tractor. Score big with Dietz Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. All your roles, fill them sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game. Put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Oh yes, playoff football is here, baby, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all that action. Playing on Underdog is so easy. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Sounds simple, right? Touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, passing yards, you name it. Is your favorite guy going to have more or less of those stats? And if you get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. How incredible is that? You know, everybody's playing at their peak right now during playoff season. Who do we trust? How about the guys who have been in the playoffs before? That's who I'm looking at consistently, guys with that experience to go higher on their stats. Download the app today. Use my promo code ALAMO. You get $75 in bonus entries with your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
All right,
Is this
651. This is
or
real.
in my head?
This is real life, Rob.
Oh, I thought that was my head when the alarm went off.
No. Another deal that went down, the Golden State Warriors finally got rid of their Jonathan Kuminga headache and finally got rid of Buddy Hield, too. I think the Warriors got rid of a couple of headaches. Listen, all they get back.
Hey, don't get off Buddy Hield. He's a good dude.
Buddy Hield's a good dude. Buddy Hield sucks at basketball.
Yeah, the problem with Buddy Hield is about every 20th game he goes unconscious.
I know.
It's, goes 20-20 and gets you 40, but for the next month and a half, he's clanking.
Yeah, I'm out on Buddy Hield, but mainly the important thing is here they got rid of this Kuminga roller coaster, and it seems like that they apparently the Warriors came away with the impression that the Bucks are not going to be moving Giannis, so they said we're going a different route.
And it's evident that this was Plan B, and you can see all the players that were going to be involved in Plan A, but and it wasn't enough.
Yeah. Now Porzingis also has not played a lot this year. He's got that weird illness thing, the postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. You know what that is, Vic? You probably have that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, if it's an illness, Vic's probably have it.
Well, I think it only affects 7'5" Latvians.
Okay, well,
I still have it.
Yeah, and Vic. Yeah, it affects those guys version. And Vic. Yeah. But obviously they're going to hope that they can get Porzingis back in time for a playoff run. For Atlanta, I don't know. You said they're trying to get better.
Better.
You
add Kuminga to this mix, who's got bounce, athleticism, and can play. The young guard, who everybody covets, is a baller. So you've got potential right there. They've got post play that with potential. The Spurs lost some draft picks. At least draft status with this move. They're going to win some more games.
If Kuminga is so good, why didn't Steve Kerr want him?
Who knows?
I'm a believer. Maybe Jonathan Kuminga is just not as good as we think he should be. There's a real chance that he's just.
Well, I think you're
one of these guys who's got a lot of traits, but he's just not that good at basketball.
Well, I think Steve Kerr agrees with you. Now, whether it was fit, maybe whether it was, a personal thing between Kerr and Kuminga, which is certainly felt it got a little personal, or it just, there was just no room on the court with Jimmy Butler healthy and all of that. I don't know what happened, but I do know that Kuminga has a ceiling that's pretty high. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work in Golden State, and it might have been him, for all I know. And going to Atlanta isn't the best place in the world to kind of fix what ails you, but at least he'll have the freedom to go try, and he'll be playing with guys that are about his same age and same kind of mindset. So they have a massive potential for growth there, but they're going to have to be very delicate with their drafting because they gave up so much in some previous bad deals.
All right. Well, that is 1 hour in the books. When we come back, we had an interview yesterday with Robert Gallery, former Oakland Raider, former number 2 overall pick in the draft. He had not just Robert Gallery. We double dipped. Got some talk about our nation's vets in as well. We'll do that coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is.
Just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a couple of new trouble spots. 1604 eastbound just past Blanco Road. That's a wreck. Left lane just occurred, so a little bit of stop and go from Bitters. On 35 southbound as you approach Weidner, an accident that's off to the shoulder. And we've got this ongoing road work, 35 northbound Thousand Oaks to Weidner. That's causing a 10-minute delay. 2 right lanes closed, slow from 410. If you need an alternate route this morning, you can take Randolph Boulevard. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs welcomed OKC into the Frost last night and took care of business, 116-106 against a very, very short-handed Thunder team. The Spurs had 5 in double figures and were paced by Keldon Johnson's 25. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys have hired Georgia Bulldogs outside linebackers Chidera Uzodribe as they continue to round out their new defensive coordinator Christian Parker's staff. Finally, in Major League Baseball's former Astros starting pitcher Framber Valdez is signing with the Detroit Tigers, agreeing to a 3-year, $115 million deal. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Live from San Francisco, it's the Morning Huddle. Broadcasting from AA Best Bell Bonds Radio Row ahead of Sunday's game. Here's AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joining us now on the Morning Huddle, a couple guys. We go 2 at a time every time now, Rob. So I don't ever know who to introduce first. But I suppose it is the NFL.
I'd introduce the big guy first.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it, man.
We get this wrong.
Former number 2 pick in the 2004 NFL Draft. Robert Gallery, and he is joined by BJ Ganem, a combat service veteran. Back from Iraqi freedom, and he is now a veterans' rights advocate. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Excellent. Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
We're
doing great. What's it like in San Antonio right now?
Oh man,
it's cozy.
Not bad.
It's cozy. Yeah, it could be worse. Robert, I was looking at the 04 draft. And my God, what a stacked draft. How many guys from that draft class are going to be in the Hall of Fame is the final guess? Like, I know some of them are still TBD, but what's your best estimate on how many of these guys end up in Hall of Fame?
Oh, good. That's a good question. I'd have to go back and look at it all. Yeah, there was a lot of great players in that group with Larry Fitzgerald and, just a stacked class. So a fun group to be a part of.
Certainly was. Now, BJ, you and I go back. We
Sir.
We met back about, it's been 6 years ago, I think.
6, 7.
Look,
my kids are going to be so happy I did that on radio.
6, 7.
That slipped
You must
right
have
by me.
kids same age as me, I guess.
Yeah, you could tell the age of my kids. And we first met, and we were certainly closer to the Iraqi war, but certainly you were involved with the athletics and all of that, and things kind of went away for a minute. Now everything's back. We got DAV on tap coming
That's
up this week. And the things that you were doing, you're still doing, which I'm super impressed. So tell us where you are now and who's going to be playing in this game on Saturday.
Yeah, so I've got a great partnership with DAV. DAV's the Disabled Americans Veterans Organization has been around 100 years. They're congressionally recognized. They're some of the best in the business and helping veterans understand, life after service. They got great programs, benefit officers that help guide them. There's an entrepreneur program, an entrepreneur boot camp that I took part in last year. And they've got all kinds of great programs. So check them out at DAV.org. But we always had that Wounded Warrior amputee football game that Chris Visser started back in 2011. And we had a good 10-year run, and COVID mixed it up. And now we're back thanks to DAV and Athletes for Care. We partner with Robert Gallery so that we represent the other side of the ball too. But it's just trying to showcase that, I think something this country needs to hear right now. We might have our dings and our bruises, and we might be missing parts and pieces, but we still got a lot left to give. And if we work together, we can find out better ways to do it. And this game just kind of showcases that. And it's so great having a legend like Robert Gallery help lead the other side of the ball for us.
You know, Robert, I saw an article on you. I think it was back late last year in the Times, talking about where you were and how you got here. Remarkable story. For those that don't remember, and let us know where you've been, how you got here, and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so after my football career, right, I went through all the stuff that most people do, right, leaving a career like that with the lack of identity and all the things. But then, things started popping up, dealing with brain health, and led to depression and substance abuse and suicidal ideation, and just things got really, really bad. And so I wanted to be healthy, and I finally was strong enough to reach out about it. And in a long story short, I found healing through psychedelic assisted therapy with Ibogaine. I had reached out to a veteran I heard on a podcast, Marcus Capone with Vets, and went to Mexico and did this high-powered psychedelic in a clinical setting, and it completely changed my life. And so since then, right, I've talked to other athletes, other friends, other guys that are having the same issues I had with brain fog and memory loss and all those things. And so, now I started Athletes for Care, and I want to help educate athletes, retired athletes, current athletes of other options for your mental health. This is Athletes for Care is all things mental health. But obviously the psychedelic assisted therapy with Ibogaine is the healing I found. So yeah, I'm grateful to have partnered with DAV and working with BJ, and just our two communities work so well together, and we have a lot of the same issues coming, once the uniform comes off. So I think it's a great partnership and brings a lot of awareness.
Explain the DAV Bowl. What exactly? Who's playing in the DAV Bowl, and how did we get here?
So, like always, we get a mix of NFL alumni. We don't recruit from actual players right now. We don't want anybody to get hurt while they're playing. And some celebrities. And then we have veterans. A lot of them are my friends. I mean, I've worked with over 20,000 vets in my career, so I know a lot of veterans. And the DAV came in and really helped provide the things that we needed to really pull this game together. And so it's going to be at Cappuccino High, which I think is like the most appropriate name for a San Francisco high school, right? Cappuccino High. This Saturday, February 7th. Gates open at 10 a.m. Kickoff's going to be at 12:30. And again, it's just a fun game. If you could think of more like the Harlem Globetrotters or Savannah Bananas, we're out there really just celebrating football and celebrating America. And that, as much as we might have some struggles, we can figure out ways to overcome together and have some fun doing it. And so it's really a great family event. One of my favorite parts is at the end of the game, we let all the fans come down. They can meet the veterans, meet the players. We always have a ton of kids, so that's really fun to see. And it's just a fun flag football game. Highlighting how we're still in the fight.
Robert, how close are you with the Raiders organization still?
I still have a lot of friends there. I still communicate with them very regularly. They've been very helpful with me helping spread the word about Athletes for Care and the event we're doing with DAV. So, I've spent a lot of time there and have a lot of close relationships that still care about us after the fact when we're gone.
Well, what are your thoughts now on the new coach? Looks like it's going to be imminent, and you got Tom Brady up in ownership and number one pick. I mean, Is there any hope? Are you feeling like this is about to be the time we turn the corner, or are you waiting for something else to slip in?
No, I hope so, right? Like, I'm also realistic, right? There's not a magic button just because you have the first pick and a new coach, but I think they're doing the right things. They got the right leadership in there to get the right person in there, and it's hard to win in this league. It's hard to come in, get the right people, get the right fit, build the right chemistry, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that happens this year. So I'm excited for that new staff to get in there and to see what happens next year.
Most people know you from your time with the Raiders, but you also are you had a year up there in Seattle, at least 1 year, maybe more than that. Do you have a connection to Seattle? Do you feel like are you at least rooting for the Seahawks in this game?
Absolutely. No, I enjoyed my year up there. It was the year of our lockout, so I was in late and out early. I had 3 surgeries that year, so got released after the season. But no, I love that place. A lot of great memories from there. Still a lot of friends from there also. So yeah, definitely rooting for them this weekend.
When you brought up the alternative treatment, which we'd like to see become more of a mainstream kind of treatment that you went through, what are some of the stereotypes that you had to get through before you did it, and then when you came back from it?
Yeah, I think part of it is the DARE program when we were all young. That worked, right? Because don't do drugs, and it's listed as a drug. So to get over that aspect of it, that this is actually a medicine, right? They're scientifically proving helps fix brain damage, PTSD, addiction problems. So to get over that aspect of what people think it is, and the great thing about ibogaine specifically is, it doesn't necessarily have the stigma that maybe psilocybin or ayahuasca or these other psychedelics have. Not that they don't have healing power also, but ibogaine is a medicine that, you do not want to do recreationally, right? It is in a controlled setting with doctors. It has some risk to it, but they're proving with a study that got done with Stanford. Texas put up $50 million to study it. I mean, it is a legit medicine, and it needs to be changed to that, so not only athletes, veterans, everyone can have access to it.
BJ, are you seeing great acceptance with this in the veteran community?
It's working in the veteran community as well. There's many other things. In fact, when I look at the negative outcomes in the veteran community, my professional opinion is that 80% of the negative outcomes we see are directly correlated with how we're delivering services to these men and women. We have predicated that they need to be broke or broken in order to get help, and then the only help they're going to give them is pharmaceutical drugs, which are showing to have a negative effect. We've got to change the narrative around this. The only three entities in this world I say I'm disabled to is the VA, the IRS, and the DMV. That's how they set up the game. I'm climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in 2 weeks with Chris Long and Nate Boyer to help bring fresh water to tribes in Africa. I still have a lot left to give, and that's where I'm challenging my fellow veterans is I know we need these services, the healthcare, we need to make healthcare more accessible to not only veterans, but to everybody. But we can help solve these issues, working with these NFL players and showing how we've overcome these challenges. This is how we're going to do it. Nobody can fix this for you. You have to fix it yourself. But we're here to welcome you in with kindness. That's where join DAV or join some of these other programs, get involved in some way, somehow, and continue to serve after the uniform comes off.
Robert, you are an Iowa Hawkeye, a proud Iowa Hawkeye, I assume. And
yes, sir.
I don't know how you guys continue. That program continues to pump out offensive linemen and tight ends that are just of the highest caliber.
Corn.
It must be something there. But I wanted to ask you, as you see Indiana finally Indiana was in a much lower place than Iowa football's ever been, but Indiana able to jump up and become a national champion. Do you feel like there's hope for places like Iowa to eventually, become a national championship caliber program?
I do. I think Indiana proved that, right? Obviously, this is a different era with NIL, and they made some smart decisions. But the thing with Iowa and programs like that is that they're consistent, right? Coach Ferentz has been consistent since the day he showed up in 1999 when we were 1-10. So having that and building a culture, right? They are not going after good or bad, depending on who you talk to. They're not going to go after the shiniest gem, right, if it doesn't fit the culture of Iowa City and the Iowa Hawkeyes. And I think that's important, right? And you look at a season like this year for Iowa, right? There's 4 games, I think 15 points total they lost by, right? So everything is much closer now with the NIL era.
That is Robert Gallery and BJ Ganem, a Marine Corps veteran and a veterans' right advocate. Guys, we appreciate the time. Again, that DAV Bowl, you can get tickets if you're out there, if you're going out for the game and stuff. DAVbowl.org.
It's free.
So try and get on out there.
It's free, by the way.
Are you going to go, Rob? Are you going to go?
I've got a flight to catch within about an hour, so I might be able to squeeze it in, but
you don't care. You don't care about the vets, Rob.
I can proudly say, guys, that you're actually talking to 2 vets, so we stand with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciate you.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Bonds Radio Row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More behind the scenes access is coming up next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway. Predict the exact score of the big game in Santa Clara, California, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com. The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Dietz Tractor. Score big with Dietz Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, Rob Thompson here for Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. And while I'm out at the big game, wherever you might be for your big game, know that your dogs have a place to stay in Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Whether it's a weekend getaway, those last-minute fun trips, or maybe you've got a big vacation ahead of you, don't let the care for your dogs get in the way of your life. You know, I'm a brand new empty nester. I thought I would be able to run away and get away. And you know what? I still can. My dogs have a place to go that they love. They've got 6,000 square feet of play space, 5 outdoor play yards. I'm talking about a fully trained, great staff that takes care of my dog and your dog and all the pups in a safe and active environment the way that you would want them to be taken care of. And then you add in all the other stuff, the training, the grooming, and the one-on-one time that makes all of their stays unforgettable. Let me tell you, write this number down. It's 210-750-1298. 210-750-1298. Call them right now, and they are looking for brand new MVPs. They do have some space available for the dailies. So if you're heading into work, heading out, they're just a hop, skip, and a jump from the airport right off 35, just outside of 410 or 1604. You're right next to Gilman. You know where they are. But easy to get to, easy out. I'll tell you, if you need looking for a place for your babies to stay, looking for a daily or a weekly or a good getaway, there's no better place than Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Find them on the internet at mybunkandbiscuit.com. Call them today, but go there and you'll be thanking me later.
Folks, there's nothing romantic about home repairs, but when your plumbing has lost that love and feeling and your AC is about to achy break your heart, call Quarterman Plumbing, Heat, and AC at 210-651-5899. We'll fix the issue fast at a great price with a servant spirit.
Joel, this is a special Valentine gift from me to you.
Yeah, but why are your arms red?
I got a deal on this plant for your office.
That's poison ivy, Nigel.
It's what?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm going to make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Breakfast burritos for the morning brainstorm. Easy Cater. Paninis for the lunch and learn. Easy Cater. Barbecue for the clients from Boston. Easy Cater. Brownie boxes and mini bundt cakes for Brenda's workiversary. Easy Cater. One simple platform to feed any size group with food they love from favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Easy Cater. All the food for your workplace, all in one place. Start an order at easycater.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-216-1635 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-216-1635. That's 800-216-1635. What do you have to lose? Call 800-216-1635. Again, 800-216-1635.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com. Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Hey, good morning, everybody. 7:20 on the Morning Huddle. Rob and AJ, you doing all right over there, Rob?
God, I need coffee. God, I need coffee so bad.
They don't have any out there for you?
No.
Why don't you call a nurse that gives
Even
you the
mine is
ID?
5:20 around here, and
I
they're
feel
just
like
now.
after 5 is now's the time. All right, they put
You'd
up like
think.
a coffee bar or something.
Well, here's the other problem: the closest coffee that is accessible to me. Now, there's the network types have got their own little coffee stuff all gated off. I can't get to it, but it's 2 escalators up, and the escalators are like 2.5-story escalators. So it's a 15-minute hike.
I mean,
so I need to make sure.
If only I just played a 12-minute interview.
See, again, they're not open yet. So they will open at 6. They're going to open in 40 minutes.
Okay, well, I've got good news for you then. We're going to talk to Ben Watson in 40 minutes.
I know.
So, but
there's that lag time. There's that gap time.
I know.
That I'm going to have to, I'm hanging on by a thread. I'll tell you, man, the talent is thick this morning. I kind of got to whisper because there's one of them's real close.
You mean
I think she's doing LA.
The ladies?
I think she's doing, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is why Victor should be out there with us.
If you guys will find your way to the YouTube, if you guys will find the way to the YouTube, I'll point the camera in the direction next time she's working.
Okay, I found my way to the YouTube, just so you know. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
You were talking to the listeners. Oh,
yeah, them too. All of y'all.
I thought you were just talking to me.
All of y'all, as we said, I said that to one of our drivers, to the Uber driver the other day. And by the way, there is one of the prereqs to be an Uber driver in San Francisco is you have to have no working understanding of the English language. None.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have
That's
any,
a good start.
You head over to Lyft. We don't need your type. Get over there on Lyft.
All right.
But you need to have a name that has way too many vowels.
Okay.
Wow.
To be an Uber driver. And you're supposed to like greet them.
What do you mean
when
greet them?
When you walk up like, hey, Sawa, I'm Rob. When but you're not supposed to say your name because they're supposed to say your name.
I
but
just match up the license plate and then I give the wave.
I still want to get a name. So then you look down and that's a long name to pronounce on a busy side.
Like I would just say, hey, Charlie.
My
Charlie. If it's Maya something, I would just go, Mike. You Mike?
See, the thing is, I want to get there alive, and I also want the rating, man.
You're chasing.
I'm down to a 4 or 7, and I'm a little pissed. I can't figure out what happened. Well, yeah,
that is interesting. I wonder what you did. What did you do wrong?
Well, see, most of the time I have found in my past. See, this has happened since I was in New Orleans, and every time
I'm pulling up my most recent rating because I just traveled.
Every time I was in an Uber in New Orleans, it was a rather rowdy crew. So it's not just me. I'm just the name on the tag, Yeah. And I think I got popped for one specific ride in New Orleans where we weren't very nice to the driver.
Oh no.
So I have to work my ass off to get this thing back up. So I've been tipping like a madman, being nice, doing everything I can because I can't live with what am I now? I say 4.7. I'm
a 4.85.
I've never taken an Uber.
You've never taken an Uber?
Ever.
I'm sorry.
I don't even have the app.
I'm down to a 4.9.
Oh, you're still fine.
Yeah,
oh, give me a
no,
break.
I'm good. You're right. It's up. It's actually come up since I've been here because I'm taking like 6 Ubers a day. But I got here and it had taken a dip. But that's important because if your rating's down, man, and it's a busy,
it's hard to get a ride.
Shoot, man. So I'm the mom of the crew when it's on my tab. Like, hey, shh, your dad's driving.
Cut it out, guys.
Dad's driving.
Do Uber Eats affect your Uber rating?
It could. I don't know. I don't know Uber Eats very often.
I hope it doesn't. Because I bitch about Uber Eats drivers all the time. I'm
think
very
that's the least likely fun thing for the Uber types to have to do.
I'm very good with like with actual people because I know the rule in the Uber. I don't talk to my Uber driver. Like I don't know. I know they don't want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to them. They're just trying to get with their day. They're not looking to make friends. That's the key to getting a good Uber rating. That really is.
It really is. I've had a couple of really great ones, and I've had one that just scared me to death. I'd never been in a car who decided to came to a complete stop on a highway.
What?
Yes.
Oh no, I don't need that.
Complete stop, trying to figure out whether to take the exit or not.
Well, good luck surviving.
I screamed. I made do the
scream.
Noises.
Do the scream you made.
I did that in this room. Everybody turned this way. There's only like 50 people.
The Spurs get a 116-106 win last night. They asked Mitch what it was like going up against a team that was undermanned, is maybe the word for it.
I think that it's fair to typically have an expectation of teams just in terms of because you gain a rhythm of who they have. And obviously there's availability and changes sometimes of lineups and whatnot. But I think when you play a team as much as we've played this team now 5 times in under 2 months, you're used to seeing patterns, whether that's personnel, plays, style of play. And when you have such a stark contrast to what you are used to, that's different. I guess that could be a challenge. But again, I think our challenge is continuously playing each golf course the same, no matter where we're playing.
Is it just me? Like,
I know.
What was that?
I don't know.
He needs to cough.
Dude,
like cough it
his
out.
voice drives me so crazy. Like, do you know, like, you remember there was a thing that was happening to people back in the day? Like, it was Paris Hilton types. They had this phenomenon that was discovered called vocal fry. And it was like from at the end of their sentence, they'd fade off and they're like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. And it's it's like he's got permanent, like he uses gravel to mouthwash. It's like,
I think he's trying to come up with the next politically correct word to try to say something that I'm not. I thought he was about to say he was mad at the Mavericks. I thought it started out.
You mean
like,
at the Thunder?
I'm sorry, the Thunder. I thought it started out like he was like, you practice and you prepare and there's rhythms, and I thought he was mad at them like for not bringing their best. But by the end of that, I'm not sure. I don't know what the hell he was talking about.
I'm not really sure myself.
And, what was that? He got Popovich is what he got. He didn't see it coming.
Pretty much.
He got rope-a-doped. I mean, they thought they were getting ready to go fight the bear. The bear didn't show up. So, I think that he felt like, you know what, we keyed up for this. We practiced our ass off the last 3 days. We did all this stuff, and they just brought out the B team.
Yeah, not even the B team, really. I almost below that.
So he got rope-a-doped. It's a pleasure to be on the other end because it was a gimme.
Yeah, no doubt. But again, it almost felt like they did it on purpose. Like
they did it on purpose. Yeah, it was like we used to see Pop do it all the time. It would look like a big regular season game, and the other team's fired up in the layup line and throwing down dunks and everything, and then the starting lineup's announced, and you're like, oh, I don't think it's going to go well tonight, and by design. And I think that Oklahoma City took that to heart, because I feel like the Spurs were kind of keyed up and ready. There were some things that needed to be rectified, and they didn't get the chance to.
Exactly.
So, they got 5 guys in double figures. So everybody ran and had a good time. Everybody who had a uniform on played, who didn't, there's 6 guys that didn't think they were playing yesterday. So they got a chance to get in and get a run. So in a game that was nationally televised. So there's some positives to it on the team side of stuff, because everybody got to have a good time, and a lot of people got to see it.
It also looks like Shai Gilgeous isn't going to play until the All-Star break, or after the All-Star break. So it's not, at least in his case, it wasn't just they didn't want to play anybody, but maybe they thought, well, if he's not going to play, why waste the minutes of Chet and Hartenstein and all these guys?
Do you blame? Are you upset with OKC for doing what they did? And first of all, I guess there's, in principle, are you upset with it? And then is it, strategically with strategery in mind, do you blame them for what they did?
Strategically, it's absolutely the right thing to do. You like the best thing, the Thunder, probably the best thing that could have happened to them for the playoffs is not be like, right now they're 40-12. If they were 47-5, there would be a different level of pressure on them.
Absolutely.
And they would not want to, like, everybody would be wanting to play every game. You're still 40-12. You have a 5-game lead. Well, last night, you had a 6-game lead over the Pack. Like, you don't have to win every game. The Thunder are going to be the first seed. Why the
strategery? Just say, okay, yeah, brilliant move, chess move. We're all playing checkers. But on the grand existential of,
if I had bought
this
tickets,
is a national TV game, and how many we're not going to get in our lifetime a lot of the Holmgren Wemby matchups. We're going to get a lot of them, but I think we're looking at, we'd like to think the beginning of a Russell Wilt kind of thing going on, and we didn't get that. There's one we just kind of tossed and threw away because it ain't that important. How many opportunities are we going to see Shai and Wemby go at each other, or this young growing stuff? So I feel cheated on an existential level. I get why he did it, but I do think if I'm the NBA and Mr. Silver, I'm calling the Thunder organization and having a discussion as to, there were a lot of people kind of wanting to see.
I'm sure they went in expecting to pay a fine. Like, my guess is they knew, like, hey, we're just, this is the opportunity. And honestly, it's not the worst thing. I mean, I know they would prefer you do it at home, but I mean, the Thunder don't want to piss off their home fans.
Right. That's why
they can't worry about what San Antonio, like, if you know what the upside is, if you're a Spurs fan, you got treated to seeing a win last night, and a win over the best team in the NBA, regardless who was on the floor for them. You got that. But for the Thunder, like, they knew exactly what was going down. They knew what they were doing. They knew that, okay, if we're not going to have Shai, why give anything here? Why and
we got clued though. Remember the game before, we saw Shai and Chet both got like 30 minutes. And in Orlando, right? Didn't they play in Orlando the night before?
Yep.
Or the day? And both of them got big minutes, and we should have seen right then. I don't know if they're going to be playing in San Antonio. That should have been in hindsight, the cards were tipped, and I don't think the Spurs picked up on the tip because they were ready for a bear. Like I said, and no bear showed up.
Once I knew that Shai was actually hurt, it made a lot more sense why they did it. Like, it was weird for when I first saw their starting 5 on the floor, I was like, what are they doing? And then I started digging into Twitter, and it's like, yeah, Shai might be out till the All-Star break. I was like, okay, so if he's hurt,
bring it. Come on, you punks.
You got to,
typical Thunder. Typical.
Rob, just take the W and move on.
One man down. Come on in. Bring your stuff,
just
man.
Take the dub and
they had
and move
Hartenstein
on.
Back. They had Hartenstein.
No, he was what they call.
He didn't play.
He didn't play at all.
He was available, but they chose to.
The way they worded the injuries, this is what they were dealing with last night. I don't know if you were aware of how serious these things were.
Twitter.
So Shea, there was no designation for Shea. Lugensdort did not play right knee. Alex Caruso did not play right adductor.
Follicle. Okay.
Chet didn't play back spasms. He woke up a little tight.
Yeah, a little.
And Hartenstein didn't play because he had a corneal abrasion.
He had a boo-boo in his eye.
On his eyeball, yeah.
Had a boo-boo in his eye.
Yeah. So the good news was we got to see 16 minutes of Brandon Carlson and 20 minutes of Brooks Barnheiser.
I'm just so glad Brooks Barnheiser got off work so he could play last night.
And Chris Youngblood. Nice. A lot of people were like, Chris who? Yeah. Chris Youngblood.
This was a national game.
Yes.
These dudes, trust me, when they found out they were getting minutes this morning, called everybody they knew.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be on TV.
Yeah, I'm going to play, man.
Take it, man. Take it.
Brooks Barnheiser, I'm guessing he didn't. There was that I don't.
Jeez, who's that?
He's like a big goofy white guy from Northwestern.
Okay.
I have to imagine Brooks Barnheiser had 14 points, 5 assists last night. That has to be his best NBA.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, this is a career high. This is going to be the picture that's on the wall.
Oh yeah,
him on the Spurs and the stat line framed underneath it.
Eric says the NBA should give a full refund. What about a father that bought their kid a ticket because he's a Chet fan, Caruso, etc.? Well, I mean, listen, that's just the deal. Like you can't. Everybody's not going to play every game. And Chet had back spasms. What are you going to do?
I'm not going to justify it, but it is part of the sport.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It sucks.
If you're a Spurs fan, you really can't justify it because Greg Popovich invented this game.
Well, let me tell you,
he invented this game that people are playing.
This goes even so much further back, and I know it was probably more endemic around the league than anything else. But back when I first started working with the Spurs, and this is 90s. The code was if you had a guy and they had plantar fasciitis, that's just tired.
Yeah.
Whenever you saw plantar fasciitis on the injury report, that's just tired.
Yeah.
So this has been going on for a long, long time. But Pop was the one who was the first obvious one when listed Manu out for being old.
Yeah.
Dude, so at that moment we just throw it in the towel. Like, yeah, he's just tired.
Spurs fan, that's one of the few fan bases that can't complain about this at all because you invented it. So
this all started because there was also a little personal thing between Pop and the Phoenix Suns it goes back to a couple playoff series where there was a little tussle. And Sarver, the former owner of the Suns, just hated the Spurs. One game we traveled and that was when they benched Manu for being old, I believe, and that really kicked it in, and the Spurs ended up getting fined. But it did in fact change the game depending on how you look at it.
All right. It is 7:37 on the Morning Huddle. We'll wrap up the second hour of the program on the other side. Got to get into what's going on out there at the Super Bowl. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. And guys, the big game right around the corner. And if you are not on Underdog, you better be pretty soon. You better be before Sunday. Here's the deal. New customers get $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5 entry. It's as simple as that. And it's so easy to play. You go to the app, you make your picks. Is a player going to go higher or lower on his stats? Passing touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, whatever it is. Will your player go higher or lower? If you're right, you can win up to 5,000 times your money. My favorite this weekend on Underdog is going to be Drake May on his rushing yards. I think Drake May is not going to have a great day passing the ball, but I do think Drake May is going to run the ball. So I like higher on Drake May's rushing yards. What are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use that promo code Alamo. Get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More wall-to-wall coverage leading up to Sunday's big game continues next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a couple of new accidents. 37 northbound at 35 downtown. That wreck is in the left lane. 1604 eastbound just past Blanco Road, far north side of town. That wreck is in the left lane. On 35 southbound approaching Weidner, accident that's off to the shoulder. And then northbound 35, Thousand Oaks up to Weidner. That's road work. 2 right lanes closed. I'm Debbie Alcaster, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the big game in Silicon Valley. And the only local station bringing you exclusive wall-to-wall coverage from the Bay Area. All brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're live from Radio Row with insider interviews, breaking stories, and all of the pregame excitement leading up to the superb hour. From the biggest names in sports to behind-the-scenes access, we've got it all. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Your front row seat to the backstage action, live from the Bay Area, is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
For people who are confused, we buy the cars from the public and then we sell them at auction. And on line 9, I have Terrence. Terrence, try to do that.
Oh
my God. It's perfect, Terrence.
Hasta vista, baby.
Okay, thank you, Terrence.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets the Duralast battery.
have fun, and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we continue our Radio Row coverage live from San Francisco, and we have a jam-packed show.
Headlined by the playmaker, Michael Irvin, about 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Also, Kyle Rudolph, Doug Flutie, and just for Joe Reinagel, his favorite player, and Dalton Schultz.
Oh, boy, I can't wait for that. Plus, we'll react to the Spurs game against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Our AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
7:45 on the Morning Huddle 94.1. We talked about the game last night without really talking about what the Spurs did. And, mostly the big discussion point, and I knew it was going to be as soon as I saw what the Thunder were doing, that the big discussion point was going to be, why didn't they play anybody? But the Spurs took care of business, and that's a game you're supposed to take care of business in. Keldon continues to impress, man. Like, I don't know what's clicked with him. He's a totally different player than he felt like a guy who was falling off the roster at the end of last season. And now he is one of your most important pieces.
It's hard to be a sixth man. It's hard to learn how to be one, to really understand what it means to be the sixth starter, and to be a guy that can either do something constantly, inflict his will, like the best six men in history that go out and either get buckets or get plays. He's learned how to be effective jumping onto a train that's already moving, and it's hard to learn that. And I think more than anything else, he's the big body that the Spurs thought they drafted a long time ago. That he likes in the paint. He's a tough guy now in the paint, and he draws fouls, and he dribbles hard, and he expends, and he plays like great six men play. Do you have odds anywhere in front of you? If he's not, he's the best six man in basketball right now, and it's not your classic six man. Not a lot of six men work the way that he does. He reminds me of an old school Mark Aguirre, not quite the same way of scoring, but the same type of dude that just came off the bench, affected the game, and normally was a top 3 or 4 scorer on your team by the end of the night, and only had played a third of the, well, not a third, but a little bit, about 75% of the minutes that the starters had played. He is just really, really good.
Also was 4 of 8 from 3 last night.
Yeah.
He is second in the odds right now. He is at plus 380. Naz Reid at plus 230 is your favorite, the sixth man up there in Minnesota. So,
it's funny how you could, he's trade bait.
Yeah, maybe that eliminates him. If he gets moved, then it would be. It would certainly
that also
factor in.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, as a voter, I go, well, he's good as a six man, but they're willing to let him go. I think the Spurs, if you wanted to get Keldon, it would cost you a lot.
One thing about Naz Reid, though, this is him being a sixth man. He is averaging a career high in points and rebounds. So he's another guy who is embracing this role and really making something of it. So
and notice it's not about points.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, not that the points aren't there, but it is what, like, Naz Reid is they look at him as a good defensive player too. Like, he's an all around guy, and has actually even shot some threes this year. So Yeah, that's an interesting race with those two guys, but it's hard to argue against Keldon. Certainly, I didn't know that he had this in him. Quite frankly,
well, no, you're right. And if you're putting together your resume as a head coach, this is one of those projects that you highlight because this is all Mitch.
Yeah.
This
I agree.
began with Mitch. He's molded this. Now, certainly there's the foundation that was laid prior, but Mitch is the guy that's gotten him to this point. So one of the parts of success is this, and this is definitely his doing.
C-Note says, to me, besides Wimby, Keldon's the second most important Spur. I don't know if I'd go there, but
yeah, he matters.
He certainly is. He certainly matters. And we saw last night Devin came into the starting lineup, and Harrison moved to the bench. And Devin promptly shot 1 of 7 from 3 and did his best Harrison Barnes impersonation. See, whoever's starting in that spot is just gonna chuck and miss all night. It looks like
eventually it'll click. Eventually it will click, but still, just be a threat and just make them worried enough to keep looking at you while you're shooting.
Yep. And De'Aaron Fox with a 15-10 game, threw in 3 steals for giggles. Really good game for De'Aaron as well. So I just realized as we were talking about that, we weren't giving any credit to the Spurs for actually winning a game. I mean, it's a game they absolutely, if they would have lost, I would have hammered them because there's no reason they should have lost that game. But I should at least give them some props for at least the guys who did play well last night. Wimby had 22 points, 14 boards and 2 blocks.
And how many minutes?
28 minutes. And that, you know what, that was another good thing. It was a good it was a good opportunity to not have to play him over 30, you know.
Well, still, that's a good run. 28 minutes. I mean, he got wind, which, you know, they kept the rhythms going as coach was trying to say with the rhythms and whatnot. So they got a good hard edge practice in last night.
That's basically what they got. The Spurs will be back in action tonight as they are up in Dallas taking on the new look Mavericks. You talk about catching back-to-back B teams. I'm not sure who's going to have less. Well, you know what? Cooper Flagg alone is more talent than anybody the Thunder put out there last night. But it is going to be a couple games in a row where you do not see the teams are not putting their best foot forward against the San Antonio Spurs, at least last night and tonight. But an opportunity to get a couple of wins. They've got Dallas tonight, and then they'll have Dallas back here on Saturday when things should be a little bit more settled for the Mavericks.
We haven't talked about this. Jeremy Sohan is paying very close attention to his phone today.
Yeah, he didn't play a minute last night. I think we talked about that. You know, if you didn't play last night, you probably should be on notice.
I think both he and Olynyk
did not see the floor either. Yeah,
are both going to be paying. And I felt like if Minnesota made a move to go get Giannis, that the Spurs would probably have to play a role in it just because it's going to take a lot of players for this whole thing to work.
Yeah,
and I think they've got 2 expiring contracts. So I think my precursor will be if anybody smells any movement to get Giannis out, I think the Spurs will play a role in it because they have the expendable parts and they're looking for a piece. So I think those 2 combined might actually have the Spurs get involved with something, but I think it'll take a bigger deal for them to be in it.
Yeah, and I think at this point, I think Giannis moving is probably an underdog.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's less likely to happen than happen. So the Spurs may not be much of a move at all. I would like to see them move Jeremy Sohan because I do feel like Jeremy Sohan can get you. I mean, it's not going to get you a lot, but Jeremy Sohan can help another team. Like, and he's not helping the Spurs. Like, there's something to be had there. That's I mean, because that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to move on from guys who you don't need that can bring you assets and can help another team. And I think they want to do right by Jeremy too and let him go somewhere where he can get on the floor.
Well, I think they'll go as right as they can, but teams also know that if they want him that bad, he'll be available in July.
That is true.
Trade for him. I can just go get him. So that's the
but again,
fear.
If
that
you're the Spurs
you walk that
and you
line.
know he's available in July, why would you not get something? Give me a second rounder.
That's my point. Don't let him walk out the door. Get a second rounder.
That was a first round pick. Get something for him. Seems like the right move. All right. we have reached the halfway point in our programming morning. And, Rob, good news for you. When we come back, we're going to talk to New England Patriots legend, Ben Watson.
Yes.
What that really means in code talk is Rob is going to be able to go get some coffee.
Coffee.
That's right.
Oh.
And you'll have 10 minutes to do it.
That's right. So you'll have some time here to get some coffee, and Rob should be fully caffeinated for the second half of the program. It is the Morning Huddle. Halfway from San Francisco, halfway from San Antonio. Frank and Anton on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
Hello, this is Jason Thompson, and as you know, I've been practicing law here in San Antonio for more than 30 years, helping people and families injured in traffic collisions. So I'm often asked, what is the worst thing you can do after a traffic collision? And the answer is easy. That's trying to handle it on your own without an attorney. Insurance companies have spent billions perfecting their strategy of paying nothing or as little as they can get away with. It wouldn't be David versus Goliath. It would be David versus a million Goliaths. You have no chance. Using AI for help is even worse because AI routinely gives dangerously inaccurate legal advice. It is laughably bad on the law. So bad that a lawyer filing a document drafted by AI will likely be disbarred in Texas. Keep it simple. Just call me. My name is Jason Thompson. I'll give you a free review of your case with no obligation to hire me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyer4us.com. That's alawyer4us.com.
Order Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue for your big game watch party. For a limited time, the rib pack is available just for the big game with 3 pounds of mouth-watering ribs and home-style sides of your choice. Feed your crowd with game day favorites. For 26 years, Smoky Mo's has created craft-level barbecue with great neighborhood value. Smoky Mo's is great Texas barbecue served fast and friendly with 8 convenient locations in San Antonio. Stop by or order Smoky Mo's for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBBQ.com.
Hey, the big game is almost here, but every game is big when you play Prize Picks because it's so fun to be right. And when the big game comes around, I'm talking 2,000 times your money. But you got to remember something. That's the code Alamo. With $5, you can get $50 in free play when you go download the Prize Picks app. But when the big game hits, the specials are here, and we've got them. And I love Prize Picks because if my guy is winning, I can cash out early. That's one of the best things about Prize Picks is they take care of you from beginning to end. Prize Picks offers 2,000 times your cash. I've heard all different numbers, not 2,000 from other places. So when it comes down to the big game, and it could be that big game or any big game, Prize Picks makes it a big game. Download the app, use the code Alamo, and use some big free money to play the big game. Prize Picks, let me tell you how good it feels, because it feels so good to be right.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a couple of stalled 18-wheelers on the northeast side, 35 southbound Judson. That's in the right lane. About a 10-12 minute delay, slow from FM 3009. And then northbound 35 Tupper Wine, blocking the center lane. That's got you stop and go from Randolph Boulevard. So tack on at least an extra 10-12 minutes to your commute. 1604 northbound Potranco. That stall has been moved off a main lane, now off to the shoulder. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs welcomed OKC into the Frost last night and took care of business, 116-106 against a very, very short-handed Thunder team. The Spurs had 5 in double figures and were paced by Keldon Johnson's 25. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys have hired Georgia Bulldogs outside linebackers Chidera Uzodribe as they continue to round out their new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker's staff. Finally, in Major League Baseball's former Astros starting pitcher Framber Valdez is signing with the Detroit Tigers, agreeing to a 3-year, $115 million deal. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live from AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row in San Francisco with coverage leading up to Sunday's big game. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joining us now on the program is a Super Bowl champion. Makes sense while we're out there on Radio Row to have New England Patriots legend Ben Watson on the program. Ben, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
No complaints, man. No complaints. Like, are you excited to see this new era of Patriots football and where it's headed?
It is strange. I'll tell you that much. I mean, to have Coach Belichick there for darn near 20-something years, to have Tom Brady there for all those years. And there's so much turnover in the NFL anyway. You always know that no team is going to look the same from year to year. But when you've had those types of stalwarts there that have been there forever, it really is a new generation. I ran into a Patriots fan in the airport coming here from Atlanta. He was excited. He remembered the 2007 Super Bowl that we lost. He was a kid. He said it hurt his heart. He hasn't gotten over that yet, and he said he's looking forward to making some new memories with with this team coming up here on Sunday.
Is there a separation as far as generations where you feel like it's kind of a grandchild and not a brother or sister, that you appreciate it, but it's not yours?
This is how you know. This is how you know when your teammate that you used to do one-on-one drills with, 9-on-7, one-on-one pass rush against, when he is the head coach, the Super Bowl head coach. That's when you know it's a different generation. This is something totally different, and that's how things go. It's amazing as you go through life how things start to come into different perspective, and you start to realize, man, life is fleeting. It goes by fast, and it definitely goes by fast in the world of the NFL.
I did want to talk to you before we get into the game itself. You were a Georgia Bulldog, but before that, you started your college career at Duke. Explain why you transferred, because, and I only asked that because of how prevalent it is now in today's college football. Almost nobody stays at one school for very long. Was it for you just an opportunity for more playing time, a better football program? What was your reasoning, and how does it relate to what you see now in college football?
Well, I'm jealous now because when I transferred, you had to sit out 1 year if it was within conference. If it was within conference, it was 2 years. If it was out of conference, it was a whole year. So part of me transferring out of the ACC was so that I only had to sit for a year. I left primarily because of football reasons. I loved the school, enjoyed the school. The reason why I went there in the first place was because it was a new coach was coming. It was a great academic education, great opportunity there. I felt like I sold myself short on the football side of things as far as things I wanted to accomplish within college football, play on TV every week, go to a national championship, maybe have that chance. So I decided to leave, but loved everything about the school outside of football. As I sit in my seat as a college football analyst for the SEC Network on ESPN, I can't keep up with the names. And every single year, there's a guy that we talk about, multiple guys we talk about that have played on 3 different schools. I mean, just recently, Mensah, the quarterback for Duke, he left on the last day of the transfer portal was open, and he's going to Miami. And so it is a totally different landscape. It takes, for old school football, college football fans, it's a bit frustrating for us. But at the same time, I am glad that, the kids are getting compensated for their work.
You answered my question. Seriously, because far be it from me to limit. I went through the same thing trying to get from school to school, and I was held hostage by a coach one time. Wow. So I remember what it was like. But at the same time, as you said, I can't remember your names, and there's no allegiance here. Yeah. Is there a fix from your perspective, do you see a way to kind of hem this in without getting rid of it?
I think they're already hemming it in little by little. It's happening slowly. I mean, now we're down to 1 transfer portal instead of having 2. I mean, there are little incremental changes that have been happening over the last couple of years because coaches are flabbergasted. It's hard to maintain a roster. It's hard to build a roster. And I think also that, you have to take into account how fans view the game. Sports is driven by revenue, much of it created through fans. And while fans don't have the final say, it's important that their viewpoint be taken into consideration while also upholding the agency of players and the agency of coaches to move about those sorts of things. So, look, we haven't seen the last iteration of what this is going to look like. One of the most frustrating things for me is selection, Sunday or selection Saturday, whatever it is, whenever they select the teams to go to the playoff. I have so much more appreciation now of the NFL. Because it's cut and dry. Mm-hmm. It's like you win your division, you go to the playoffs. Like, I don't care what your record is, win your division, it's clear. You don't see anybody like campaigning about, my team should have did this or they don't like us. Like, no, like you make it to the playoff. There has to be a way in college to get to that point, or else we're going to keep having a lot of the frustration. It isn't just about the transfer portal. A lot of it is about the selection of playoff teams.
Ben Watson is our guest here on the program. Tell me about what you see in Drake May. And obviously you're a guy who got to catch a lot of balls from Tom Brady over the years. And of course, everyone is trying to make Drake May like he may be the next Tom Brady. I don't know that there ever will be another Tom Brady, but what do you see in Drake May that is special? And do you see any Tom in him?
I see a sense of calm. And Tom was not necessarily calm outwardly all the time. Tom is very emotional. You see him screaming and yelling. Like he wears his emotions on the sleeves. But in that huddle, and his temperament does not get rattled under pressure. And what I see from Drake May is that sort of calm that doesn't get rattled under pressure. That comes, however, from practice. And I haven't been to their practices, but I can only imagine how Vrabel runs the practices. I imagine it's going to be a lot like Coach Belichick. I imagine that he's going to have a very, very well-prepared team from the quarterback all the way down to the 53rd man on the roster. I imagine that he's going to try to put his team in pressure situations over and over again in practice so that when the game comes, it's status quo and nobody's flustered. And when I look at the team and I look at the quarterback, the leader in May, not only can he physically, make the plays, but a lot of playing quarterback is, does your team believe in you? Mm-hmm. Like the great quarterbacks I played with, whether it was Tom Brady, Drew Brees, it came down to, yes, they make amazing plays. They're accurate. Some of them can run, some of them can't. But does your team believe that when it comes down to it, you're going to make the play and help us win the game. That's what I see.
I have this is a strange question given now that I'm asking it, but back in the day, back in 07, back in the day you were playing.
Yeah, back in the day.
When did Brady convince you?
I was convinced when I got there.
You know the moment
you already had 3 rings, right?
Well, I know,
when I got there in 04,
but there's a legend, but everybody got to live up to it.
You're right about that. That's a great question. I actually have a good answer for that. When I got there on rookie minicamp, so you used to come to rookie minicamp, the vets weren't there, Tom wasn't there, and then after rookie minicamp, you have veteran minicamp where the whole team was there. And I remember being a rookie there, and we got our playbooks, and we're supposed to be going over our playbooks, learning things. I was split out wide to the right. Tom Brady was at quarterback. I was supposed to have a side adjustment based on the coverage. I was just so concerned. I just want to know my route. My head's spinning. I just want to know what I have to do. I run my route. All of a sudden, I hear something that sounded like a bullet come behind the back of my helmet. Then I heard somebody yelling at me. It was Tom Brady yelling at me, and there was a football thrown behind my head because I was supposed to have a side adjustment because of the coverage. And I was like, oh, wow, this is not college anymore. You have to know more than what you have to do. And not only that, the guy behind the taking the snap, he knows what everybody's supposed to do at every single time. That was kind of my welcome to the NFL moment. And then my I believe in this guy moment. Monday Night Football against the Bills. We're down by 2 touchdowns with about a minute left. We win the football game.
That's enough. That's enough. You know, this is Ben Watson, and we get the honor of speaking with him, but you're here for a purpose.
Yes, sir.
And I'm looking, justice isn't a moment. It's a life away. And I know you're working at a podcast and doing some great things. I want everybody to know about it.
Definitely. I appreciate that. My podcast is called The Just Life. And the reason why that's kind of our slogan is that so many times when it comes to justice, we all respond to that word, and whether we think it's protesting or whether we think it's drafting legislation, it's reacting to some moment. People are, being mistreated. It's protecting them. But we believe that it's a way of life, that if everybody lived with an understanding of what justice was, that it's protecting people, that it's punishing those who deserve punishment, that it's serving people, then we wouldn't have to deal with these issues that become lightning rod moments in our society. As we look throughout Scripture, the book of Micah, the book of Amos, the book of Psalms in the Bible talk a lot about God's heart for justice. And so on my podcast, The Just Life, we interview change makers. We interview people who are in politics, people who are in the law, people who are pastors, people who are are entrepreneurs that are using their technology in order to feed the hungry, those sorts of things. And one of the issues that we talk a lot about is human trafficking. And right now there are 50 million people around the world in modern day slavery. International Justice Mission is an organization that we've partnered with to bring awareness to that. They operate in 19 countries, combating trafficking, freeing people. 1 in 4 of those people is a child. And so what I'm doing here is bring awareness to the issue of human trafficking, how prevalent it is, how important it is that we engage with that, but also just encouraging people to live lives that are filled with a heart for justice, because that's how we make the changes that we want to see on a daily basis.
How do they find out? How do they get you?
They see me on all platforms. The Just Life. You can listen on Apple, Spotify. You can watch on YouTube. IJM. Go to IJM.org to learn more about human trafficking, combating human trafficking around the world, and how you can get involved.
Super Bowl champion Ben Watson, life champion as well. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Our AA Best Bell Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More behind the scenes access is coming up next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the big game in Silicon Valley, and the only local station bringing you exclusive wall-to-wall coverage from the Bay Area. All brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're live from Radio Row with insider interviews, breaking stories, and all the pregame excitement leading up to the superb Owl. From the biggest names in sports to behind-the-scenes access, we've got it all. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Your front row seat to the backstage action, live from the Bay Area, is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
How you feeling this morning? Did you wake up ready to go attack the day? Nothing painful keeping you out of your life. If that is you, carry on. You're doing things the right way. But like so many of us, like me, there's so many things that will keep you out of that. Pain will keep you from doing things that you love. And if that's a problem, you need to get that fixed. It's 2026, and Arasti is here to do just that. And while it's 2026, Arasti's been doing things for a long time and doing things the right way and getting people fixed in ways that you might not have been accustomed to. And this is not when you go to your general practitioner, they say, here's a couple pills, it'll dull the pain for a minute, and hopefully in that time it might heal itself. This is not that. It is not something to do with surgery or anything like this. This is a hands-on approach to getting you out of pain. So if you're dealing with a soft tissue injury, a sprain or a strain, maybe it's lower back issues, maybe you're dealing with tension headaches or those plantar fasciitis feet that just won't let you walk around. Any of those can be fixed and fast at Arasti. They accept most insurances, and you never need a referral. Call them right now. The number is 1-800-404-6050. The website is perfect because let me tell you, it's got a map of all the locations. There's probably one less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. Listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. There's a fix out there. It's called Arasti. Call them today. They're going to take care of you. And when they do, come on by. Thank me later.
Score big with LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin, the MVPs of the field. LS Tractors, the star quarterbacks of farming, perfect for tough tasks for farm, ranch, and landscaping. Dietz Tractors has your all-star coaching staff for top-notch equipment. They're not just selling tractors, they're building lasting relationships with unmatched dealer support for parts and maintenance. It's a winning strategy that goes beyond the final whistle. Don't miss the game-winning move. 0% financing available with approved credit on LS Tractors. Start blue, stay blue at Dietz Tractor in Seguin.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hello, this is Jason Thompson, and as you know, I've been practicing law here in San Antonio for more than 30 years, helping people and families injured in traffic collisions. So I'm often asked, what is the worst thing you can do after a traffic collision? And the answer is easy. That's trying to handle it on your own without an attorney. Insurance companies have spent billions perfecting their strategy of paying nothing or as little as they can get away with. It wouldn't be David versus Goliath. It would be David versus a million Goliaths. You have no chance. Using AI for help is even worse because AI routinely gives dangerously inaccurate legal advice. It is laughably bad on the law. So bad that a lawyer filing a document drafted by AI will likely be disbarred in Texas. Keep it simple. Just call me. My name is Jason Thompson. I'll give you a free review of your case with no obligation to hire me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com. That's alawyerforus.com.
Big games, weekend trips, last-minute plans. February gets busy. That's why Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is opening their doors to new furry family members this month. With over 6,000 feet of indoor play space, 5 outdoor play yards, and fully trained staff supervising your pup's every move, your dog stays happy, safe, and active while you're away. Add grooming, training, and special one-on-one time to make every day, every stay unforgettable. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway. Predict the exact score of the big game in Santa Clara, California, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com. The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Dietz Tractor. Score big with Dietz Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Good morning, everybody. 8:19 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Rob, are you caffeinated?
Heavily, highly.
Now we're talking. I've taken mine down as well.
Good grief.
I
had to take mine in small doses.
Not me. I'm a
so I had to two-fist it, and then I stuffed a Pepsi down my pants.
Oh.
So I had to two-fist it, and then check it out. Scones.
Oh, fancy.
Scones.
Very fancy.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Meal.
Scones.
Why don't you have scones?
So
in
scones,
San Antonio?
and then here on the other side, you'll notice the chocolate dribbled croissant.
Oh, you have a fancy dessert in San Francisco. In San Antonio, you only have tacos. You look like a paw.
You do look like a paw. Notice the powdered sugar on this croissant.
Oh, this is my fun.
Is it sugar?
Yes, yeah.
Anna Delvey likes
for you to find out.
Anna Delvey loves scones and croissants and doesn't
I'm
like
wearing
chorizo.
I'm in the
chorizo is for poor people.
There's a spotlight on me right now. I don't know if y'all can tell.
Is that why? Oh yeah, I can see the reflection.
It's you see it? There's a stand-up going on just the other.
Oh,
if I could get my camera.
Who is it?
Well, I can't tell because her back's to me.
You didn't get the you didn't
Well, that's
show
what
the
we wanna
people what
see.
we were.
Well, see, what
you
happens
promised
is
us.
it's
You
going on
lied.
while we're on air, and I don't notice because I have my entire focus on the show and what I'm doing. I'm like 100%. You know,
That's pretty much
I'm
always.
kind of like
One thing-
Forrest Gump.
One thing about Rob
I mean, it's all
is
there.
he locks in and he doesn't have time for anything else. Not for
No.
doodling, not for
Nothing.
anything. Like he is.
I'm
Once the show
100%
starts,
in.
he is 100. Mr.
So-
100, they call him.
You don't know. It's like all this stuff around me. I block it out. You don't even. It's like not even there. It's like I'm alone.
Why are you wearing your sunglasses indoors today?
Because it literally, for a second there, the light was very bright, and
Okay.
I was just kind of making a joke because I was sitting in the.
Oh, I thought you.
Because when you're in a room like this and you have shades on, people turn and look twice. Like, is he famous?
Yeah, yeah.
And like, here's the
And
thing: if you
the
really
sun never sets when you're cool.
You are famous.
yeah,
though.
if you really want to make somebody mad, you would really want to anger some kids.
Oh, I
show
like
up
doing
to the radio row, limp around and put on a gold jacket.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
You want to talk about free lunch? No, I wouldn't say put on just put on a gold jacket. Don't steal valor. Just accidentally put on the wrong color.
Yeah, there you go.
I think you can steal valor. I think that's all right.
Nah, you don't want to do that stuff. But I mean, you never know if it's their mistake. It's not your fault. But just come here, put on a gold jacket and a cane, and
That's
have
a
somebody
good
follow you
idea.
around with a camera. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure you'll get something.
Stop off, sign some autographs.
Yeah, just stop and just pose for a second.
Who's that guy?
And hug another old dude that's also wearing another.
Oh yeah, that's also got the same jacket.
And
And
he's like,
then-
who the hell are you?
And there'll be radio stations like us go grab you. You can sit down and get interviewed.
Oh man, what a life! What a life! That is the move. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Super Bowl game itself. We'll have more to talk about it tomorrow. Did you see? This is kind of a weird thing. The league changed the rules for the K-balls going into this game. Did you see that?
No, I have not. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I guess it's.
They have to be less round.
I guess they're flirting with that off and on all season long.
Because it's getting silly. We're getting 70-yard field goals,
800-yard field goals. Yeah, that's one thing we've got. One of the things that I've been looking at is, and I'm a nerd, and I like to watch the all 22 stuff. And I think that one of the things the Seahawks have done really well this year is creating pressure without blitzing. And I think that could be their key. And a big part of that is DeMarcus Lawrence. I think that their ability to get after the quarterback without sending extra guys is part of what makes them so good. And the other thing is, you look at like Travion Henderson when he's on the field. He is a pretty poor blocker. I think that's why he's been out of the game the last couple weeks.
And he can't hold on to the ball.
That doesn't hurt either. But he only played 4 snaps against the Broncos, which is kind of a surprise. And then the other guys, the Patriots have had some issues at the tackle spot. They got a rookie playing left tackle. They've been beat up a little bit on the right side. So I think we might see Drake May get beat up a little bit in this game.
Let's talk about that. So when you're dealing with a quarterback like Drake May, who does have the wheels to get up and move, can get and go. I don't know, and this is the question I'm posing. I kind of have my sense of where I'd go, but I posed this out there. What is a better thing to do with a young quarterback? Make him go through his progressions and make a bad decision in a defense that he doesn't expect, or is it to flush him and force him at the moment to make a flash mistake or create a sack? What would be the better defense in your mind?
So here's what I like, and the reason why I was talking about Seattle only rushing 4 is that what that does, it gives them the ability to have a spy essentially on Drake May if he does take off, because it's not like the Patriots are overwhelming you with weapons. It's
Drake May.
It's Stephon Diggs, it's Kayshon Boutte. These
it's Drake May.
Players.
He's throwing the darts.
But I think the Seattle defenders probably feel like they can handle things more one-on-one for the most part. And
so in your mind, don't chase him.
Let him
just cover the dudes and let him make a mistake.
And if he takes off up the middle, then you're there. I think you just and if Drake May beats you with a huge play, and that's kind of their MO, is hitting those big plays, but I don't know that they need to. Their pass rushers are so good at gap discipline that often like the pocket just kind of falls onto the quarterback. So like the idea that he's going to, just be able to take off all these times. I do think he's going to run, but I don't think there's going to be like a ton of space for him. I don't think he's going to break off some 25-yard run.
Well,
it's just hard to find tape of Seattle giving that up.
Well, that's the variable. I don't want to let him around the edge. I don't want him unfettered between the hash mark and the line of scrimmage to where he can make a play downfield with his arm or his legs. That's the thing that of all the controllables, that's the one thing I have to control. So I appreciate the fact that you're telling me they don't got to blitz. They can crush the pocket with the 4, collapse the pocket, and make him go through his progressions and make a mistake without getting to the hash mark and using that playmaking ability that for the first 3 quarters of the season was moving the football on the regular, even though he didn't have the horses to really do it because of their talent. It was him forcing them down the road.
One thing we've seen a lot in these playoffs. Now, part of it is, I guess part of it is due to the weather that they've had to play in. But we have seen the Patriots run the ball like on early downs more than they did in the regular season. That might be what decides the game. Like which team are the Patriots able to run on early downs? If not, I think Seattle runs away with this thing.
Yeah. Wow.
If they are, then they've got a real shot. I just think that it's much easier said than done. I think they don't want to put Drake May in these long 3rd and 10 situations against his defense. I think that's the recipe for disaster. And I mean, nobody wants
for
that.
any team. Yeah.
But I mean, you saw Matt Stafford last week, and Matt Stafford's the kind of guy who can deal with that. Matt Stafford actually chewed that team up yesterday or last week or 2 weeks ago on 3rd downs. But I think the Seahawks mindset is, if Drake May does that too, well, also Drake May doesn't have a Puka Nacua or a Devontae Adams. That helps a lot too. But I think they believe if they can put Drake May, like if they say, okay, Drake, you're going to be in 3rd and 10, that's how you're going to beat us, so be it. I just don't think they're capable of doing that.
Well, I don't think a lot of teams against that Seattle team could. For me, the barometer will be if New England can run the ball, if they can run the ball 1st and 2nd down, and they're averaging 4 yards a carry 1st and 2nd, then they have a chance. They got to control the clock. They got to keep the ball in their hands. They got to play use that defense and try to make Sam Darnold make a mistake the same way we're talking about with Drake May, but for different reasons. Vrabel can't come from behind. New England can't come from behind. So they got to keep this thing tight. They got to keep the score low. They got to swallow the ball in every series with a kick. Don't turn it over and stay in it to the end. That's to me, because I think Seattle has the opportunity and the potential to roll them. And I think once the air starts to leak out of the balloon, it's going to be real hard to maintain. So if I'm Vrabel, I'm keeping things underwhelming and just maintaining control, and hopefully I can ball control this, use my kicker to get a point or two here, and hope there's a turnover in Darnold to kind of get some sway. But and the key to that will be run the football. If I can run the football and run the clock, that I got a shot.
I think the other question is, how good is the Patriots defense really?
They're good.
Through 3 games in these playoffs, they've given up 26 points. That's despite Drake May turning the ball over constantly.
Yeah.
But they've played against, Jarrett Stidham. They played against the Texans without Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz. They played against the Chargers without offensive linemen, without their offensive line, basically. How will they hold up against an offense that is multidimensional? That's the big question. I mean, if you think they're going to hold the Seahawks under 26, then
they got to get turnovers.
Yeah, you think
they got to
get
get turnovers. They got to play the turnover game, and they got to put Darnold in situations to where he'll get those turnovers. Because if they don't, they're going to get out of hand. This defense is good. They're good. They're a good defense, but the onslaught that's coming, they haven't seen. And because this team can run it, they can throw it. They got speed on the edge. They've got a tight end that they will play to. It's an offense that they haven't had to run through. That just dispatched a pretty good football team. So I don't hold that Broncos game so much against them because, I mean, the quarterback that replaced him didn't have much, but he played a lot like the other guy. So it wasn't like it was a huge adjustment. The Texans game, they dismantled that Texans. They scared the quarterback. So yep. I give them a lot of credit for what they did, but they're going to have to win the turnover game because physically they can't maintain it for 4 quarters. They're going to have to give the offense an opportunity.
All right, we've got a couple interviews coming up for you. We're going to Rob talked to Clinton Yates yesterday, so we're going to hear from him on the other side of this, and then it looks like we are going to have Evan Cohen on from Unsportsmanlike. ESPN Radio's Unsportsmanlike. Is that our lead-in show, Rob?
Yeah.
They're on while we're on.
Oh, okay. They're our competition.
But they start at 5 too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're on early, but they leave early.
Yeah. So we'll hear from some of our colleagues on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy, friends. We are reaching that time of year. We're running out of football. You know you want to get in on the action. Why wouldn't you do it at Underdog? And if you're not on yet, well, first of all, why? But secondly, good news. New customers get $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Just as simple as that. Head to the app, make your picks on if a player is going to go higher or lower on his stats. Touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, you name it. You get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And there's a ton of new promos dropping daily in the app. So if you like making picks and winning money, Underdog's the place to be for the big game. We were just talking about, I think it's going to be very difficult for the running backs to move the ball against the Seattle front. So I like Ramondre Stevenson lower on his stats. What are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use that promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play just your first $5 on fantasy. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More behind-the-scenes access is coming up next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are still working a couple of trouble spots involving 18-wheelers. 35 southbound at Judson Road. That's a stall. Right lane, slow from FM 3009, about 10-12 minutes. And then northbound 35 Tupperwine, stalled 18-wheeler blocking the center lane. That has you stop and go from Randolph Boulevard. Also about a 10-minute delay. 1604 northbound Potranco, that stall now off to the shoulder. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like if I need a replacement part.
Sure, we can help with that.
Ah, nice. Hey, I just entered this online contest for coolest bike in the world. You think maybe you can vote for me?
Actually, we just do insurance, not popularity contests.
Yeah, I know. But what's your email? I'll just send you the link real quick. You can vote like 100 times a day. They'll never know.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
So what I'm hearing is there's a little bit of wiggle room.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Craft beers, kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens conveniently attached to North Star Mall, open late. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we continue our Radio Row coverage live from San Francisco, and we have a jam-packed show.
Headlined by the playmaker, Michael Irvin, about 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Also, Kyle Rudolph, Doug Flutie, and just for Joe Reinagel, his favorite player, and Dalton Schultz.
Oh, boy, I can't wait for that. Plus, we'll react to the Spurs game against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. You know what? I'm going to call an audible. Kill.
Yeah, let's do this.
What?
Omaha! 44 is Mike. Jason and Joe got to talk to CeeDee Lamb yesterday, and I forgot that we had that available to us. And I figure, you know what? That's got to be way more interesting than Rob talking to Clinton Yates. So I did want to play that for you. So here's no offense, Rob. No offense. We will talk to Evan Cohen on the other side of this break. But
What the hell's that?
I mean,
I worked really hard on that.
I know. I just heard that it someone told me it was a really bad interview. Is all. That's it. No big deal.
No one would have told you. Hey.
No, actually, Clinton Yates told us that
I'm supposed to be out here working. I got to justify my existence.
I know. And your existence today
You're
was
sabotaging my future here.
You gave Jason a ride to interview CeeDee Lamb. So here's CeeDee Lamb with the Blitz yesterday.
Welcome back to the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinigle here in San Antonio. Let's head back out to San Francisco where Jason Minix is standing by. Jason.
With a great special guest, CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys with USAA rolling around Radio Row. You played in the Pro Bowl yesterday, man. Tell me what that experience was like.
It's a great experience, man. Just being with the guys from different teams that you compete against. Obviously, you see in a different light, but together, yesterday we were all on the same team. So I feel like overall it was a good time, good bonding moment for us. I enjoyed each and every bit of it, and obviously we came out with the dub.
You know, CD, it's funny because watching that thing last night, you guys were having a lot of fun, man. It just looked like you guys just wanted to go out there, have some fun, float around, make some plays, and just have some fun.
Right, that's all it's all about, man. I think people forget, the game that we play is all from when we're a kid, and I feel like us as grown men now, in the situation and the realm that we're in a realm of seriousness and competitiveness, that we kind of forget, to be a kid again and have fun and do what you love and just embrace it all.
You know, CD, when you say that, and I can imagine when you're playing there, you're with the guys, it's flag, it's entertaining. You know, a lot of fans, media, what is this? You know, the Pro Bowl used to be, this special deal, and then there was no contact. But as a player, it's still a cool honor and a cool experience, right?
Absolutely. I do understand where they're coming from, though, because, you got all of the best athletes in our sport today doing it, playing in one game. So you want to see overly competitive, and just a different game. But I feel like in a situation like this, someone got hurt in the Pro Bowl. Granted, no, I don't wish that on anybody. Yeah. But you have to be some type of careful. I feel like we got to be a little more serious, which I agree on. But it's flag. How much more serious do you want to get? So at this point, I feel like just really competing and building that bond with each and everybody that's around, whether you're on the same team or if you're not, meeting families. We're staying in the same hotel. Everyone is. So I feel like to what extent, just build, again, you got to have fun with this.
Yep.
No doubt. Now, CD, I know that next year you don't want to be playing in that Pro Bowl game. You want to be playing in the game that's coming up on Sunday. The offense for the Cowboys this year was sensational. You guys were rolling, putting points up on the board. We all know what happened this season. What do you guys need to do to take that next step, CD?
We got to play complimentary ball. When our defense wasn't as good as we expect, honestly. But I will say, when they had their moments, we didn't capitalize on the offensive end. And I feel like that's the part that's going to kind of eat at us until next year, because knowing that when we have our opportunities and we didn't take them, that's kind of where you got to bite the bullet and look yourself in the mirror. And I feel like that's what we got to do. We look good on paper, and we've had a lot of highs on offense, but I feel like once we lock in and just continue to be ourselves and always be the same people and the same offense every single time, that's when we'll be great.
CeeDee Lamb joining us here on the Blitz, and you think about how explosive that offense was, Super Bowl caliber.
Right.
And the defense struggled. There's no way to sugarcoat that.
Right.
How difficult is it in the locker room not looking at that side saying, come on, dudes, we should be winning more games?
It's honestly it's all about building that confidence, because, we're going to deal with them. We're going to be with them for the next 16 or how many ever games left, right? So just building that confidence, man, don't we all see what's going on, right? But, let's just, I don't care what it is. Just give me your best right now. Whatever your best looks like right now, let me get that. And I feel like that's the conversation that's going on in the locker room, because guys are here for a reason. And it's just be yourself, man. It don't matter what's going on. Do what got you here. I want you. I do my best to instill the confidence within these guys, because when you're playing good, it's easy to build that confidence. It's easy to just all right, bro, you remember what you did last week, okay? So, like, and then you build off that. But, like, when things are bad, that's when you find the true character and the true player that you are to really just overcome things. I mean, offensively, I've dealt with some things that I didn't, like, I wasn't my best, but I knew who I was. I looked myself in the mirror, and I went out there and balled.
You know, CD, let's talk a little bit about what's going to be the conversation of the offseason, and that's going to be George Pickens. And will he come back? How will he come back? And all of that. That's the business side of it. Take care of itself. When he came in, what did you think of you two together? Did you feel like that helped your game, having a guy of that caliber on the other side?
I just knew it was going to be fireworks. Immediately once I found out, I want to say a week before, I knew it was going to be fireworks. I had no doubt in my mind. I knew he was going to come here and be dominant. I knew he was going to come here and be the receiver that I knew I needed. I knew he was going to be the receiver that we needed overall as a team, you know, and he came in here, did just that. I was so excited to see. I hate that I missed 3 to 4 games with him, maybe 5, like, because I missed 2 half games. Like, I hurt the Lions, missed the Bears, and the list goes on and on. But it's not about me; it's about GP and everything that he's done up to this point. I feel like it's been amazing, man. He's a great talent.
With the contract with him, whether he gets tagged or he gets a long-term deal, I'm curious because and I hate talking about other people's money, but
right.
The ego. Would you be all right if he ended up with a contract making a couple dollars more than you?
Man, I don't care about that. I just want my man to get what he's deserving. Like, as for me, I know I'm good. I'm fine. Me and my family, we're straight, and I just want to compete at the highest level, and I want to compete for a ring. The money will come if you play good. So just play good and let everything else take care of itself. So as for GP, he's well deserving, man. He deserves everything, every penny that he gets. And if he gets more than me, I'm gonna congrats him on that. And again,
then give him the dinner bill.
I won't feel. Yes, he's getting every dinner bill for sure. The first one, for sure.
CD Lamb joining us here on the Blitz on Radio Row, doing a lot of great work with our friends from USAA. Tell us about the experience you're working with USAA on.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited to announce that I'm a proud partner with USAA and Salute to Service to give 2 tickets to a proud veteran for 14 years. He did Sergeant Farrell, to be exact, and his wife. Invite them to the Super Bowl. Hope they have a great time, and I'm going to be able to sit down, meet with them, have a great conversation. Really just kind of open up in that department. So as for me, it's just really just connecting with these guys and his family and just being there.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate what you're doing with the veterans, with USAA, and man, I hope one day that I get to see you play in a Super Bowl, my friend.
I would love to.
Appreciate you, CD. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, CD.
There you go. That is Jason and Joe getting to talk to CD Lamb out on Radio Row.
That was good. I think my Evan Cohen one was better.
You haven't even talked to Evan Cohen yet.
I'm going to give him.
We're going to talk to Evan Cohen next. You're talking about Clinton Yates?
Quentin. The Quentin Yates one I put together was really magic.
That's not what I heard. Clinton himself said.
I'm just saying the one that I put together. It was a work of art. It's worthy of some kind of award, and it's never going to see the light of day because he doesn't have the name nor the grill that CeeDee Lamb had on. I'm just saying. I'm feeling a little. I don't know. I might have to just sit here and eat my scone.
Here's what might happen. Maybe Clinton Yates, whose show will come on after us, Clinton and Friends. Maybe he'll play your interview on that show.
I don't think he will because he doesn't own the master.
We'll give him rights.
No, this is mine.
No, it's not. It's the station's.
And it is radio and television gold, I tell you.
Well, we
the
decided
highlights that was in there. I added flair. I had Mr. Quentin Yates.
You keep calling him Quentin? I think it's Clinton. Yeah.
Clinton, yes.
You don't even know his name.
Well, I had Mr. Buddy, as I know. We're buddies now. I had him crying.
Really? He was emotional.
I questioned him so well that he wept openly. But you guys wanted to hear from CeeDee Lamb telling everybody that it's okay for Mr. Pickens to make more money than him.
I did.
Your priorities are so out of whack. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm sitting here and you're there. I'm just saying because
You know what?
I don't know.
I think you're exactly right. That is why you're sitting there and I'm here. You pretty much summed it up, actually. You pretty much summed it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
again, maybe they'll play it on Clinton and Friends. You'll have to
Yeah.
stay tuned. Stay
If he
tuned.
wants to really be exposed and really wants to show the raw nerves that are Clinton and Friends,
That's right.
he'll do it.
If he wants to take that
has
next
the
step
strength.
as a broadcaster, we'll
That's
see.
a big old matzo ball to hang out there.
Your thoughts on what CeeDee Lamb had to say? No surprise, he says, "Oh, I don't care about my money," and it's real easy to say that until you're no longer the highest paid receiver on your team. But do you think? Because I don't believe the Cowboys will sign George Pickens long term this year. I think if anything, there's a tag put on him.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Because I think there are teams that can offer him a lot more than the Cowboys can.
And that's why it's so important for CD to be as open about this as he was in the interview. Like, hey, man, go make your money. You won't hurt anybody's feelings, especially if it's here. I think that the Cowboys are going to franchise him. And I think that, CD got paid. And he's the kind of guy I made my deal. And I was happy when I signed it, and I'm still happy with it now. That's the way he appeared. And if you saw him with his big pants on, he's certainly buying big pants now. He's at peace, and I hope that he can recruit him in. But you're right. I think Buffalo is already putting together a pretty good offer for Mr. Pickens. That if he wants some long-term security, it won't be with the Cowboys.
I also think that CD understands that having George Pickens there is really good for him. Like I think their offense without George Pickens, the offense that we saw last year that was like such an elite offense all season long is not that. Like I think it's still going to be a good offense if he's not involved, but I don't think it's one of the top 2 or 3 in the NFL like it was this season. I think it like just having those two guys that you can't. I mean, to not be able to shade to one or the other because now that means you're leaving one in one-on-one coverage is very difficult for teams to handle. I think CD realizes that if George Pickens is on that other side and it's Ryan Flournoy or whoever, it's a lot more difficult for him to get open the way he was doing this year.
I think he would be the very first one to tell you. That's just a guy. And also, keep in mind, the closer and longer you take with Dak Prescott, it becomes more and more about the team.
Yeah,
because that's all Dak preaches. So I'm not surprised with this at all. And I just hope Pickens wants to stay as much as we want him to. But there's a lot of money to be made out there.
Jose says Micah said the same thing. He would take less money, but when it came down to it, he wouldn't take less. I don't think that's quite the way it worked out with Micah. I think Micah was willing to. I think Micah was willing to take less than he ended up getting from Green Bay from Dallas. But that was the offer he made early on. And the Cowboys let it play out to the point where they made it clear that they didn't want him. And so he went and got more elsewhere. I don't think that was Micah saying, like, I'll play with – I think at the end, there wasn't a number that Jerry could have slid across the table to Micah that would have made Micah stay in Dallas. I think that's what happened.
Fold it up and stick it up your butt,
Exactly.
And I'm not saying – I don't think anybody should ask Pickens to take less. I'm just talking about long-term security with Buffalo might not equal the total value of a – or the franchise tag. He could get a 1-year whopper if it's franchised, but I think if I was him, I'd chase some money and play with a really good quarterback. So the Cowboys better step up now and offer something like that, or I think he's gone.
The guys who don't like getting franchised are the guys that could get long-term deals as top 5 wide receiver money, and I think George Pickens is one of those guys. Like he might get top 5 wide receiver money for more than a year. All right. We have 1 hour left in the program. Will Evan Cohen will join us live on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
Give me the VIN. We buy Wranglers, Cowboy Cadillac diesels, half-tons, vets, everything. We're the largest wholesale dealer in the United States of America. You can get my money right now, top money. If I don't beat your CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for $100. Go to Give Me the VIN, GiveMeTheVIN.com. Put in your license plate. Whammo, you have an offer right there.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
If you're watching football this weekend, you know how it goes. Somebody's always hungry by the first quarter. So call Pizza Hut and get the Big New Yorker for just $10. Our biggest pizza for the biggest games. These slices are huge, like use two hands and fold it huge. Feed your crew and order ahead at pizzahut.com or in the app. Pizza Hut! Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, and availability may vary. Additional charge for extra toppings, max 3, and extra cheese. Taxes, tip, and delivery fee not included.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hey, the big game is almost here, but every game is big when you play Prize Picks because it's so fun to be right. And when the big game comes around, I'm talking 2,000 times your money. But you got to remember something. That's the code Alamo. With $5, you can get $50 in free play when you go download the Prize Picks app. But when the big game hits, the specials are here, and we've got them. And I love Prize Picks because if my guy is winning, I can cash out early. That's one of the best things about Prize Picks is they take care of you from beginning to end. Prize Picks offers 2,000 times your cash. I've heard all different numbers, not 2,000 from other places. So when it comes down to the big game, and it could be that big game or any big game, Prize Picks makes it a big game. Download the app, use the code Alamo, and use some big free money to play the big game. Prize Picks, let me tell you how good it feels, because it feels so good to be right.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Okay, get this. Now at Wendy's, you get to go biggie with new Biggie deals. That means going biggie with the $4 Biggie Bites, biggier with the $6 Biggie Bag, or biggiest with an $8 Biggie Bundle. So now you can choose and customize your Biggie deal. As you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are still working a couple of trouble spots involving 18-wheelers. 35 southbound at Judson Road. That's a stall. Right lane, slow from FM 3009, about 10-12 minutes. And then northbound 35 Tupperwine, stalled 18-wheeler blocking the center lane. That has you stop and go from Randolph Boulevard. Also about a 10-minute delay. 1604 northbound Potranco, that stall now off to the shoulder. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, time saver traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs welcomed OKC into the Frost last night and took care of business, 116-106 against a very, very short-handed Thunder team. The Spurs had 5 in double figures and were paced by Keldon Johnson's 25. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys have hired Georgia Bulldogs outside linebackers Chidera Uzodribe as they continue to round out their new defensive coordinator Christian Parker's staff. Finally, in Major League Baseball's former Astros starting pitcher Framber Valdez is signing with the Detroit Tigers, agreeing to a 3-year, $115 million deal. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live from San Francisco, it's the Morning Huddle. Broadcasting from AA Best Bell Bonds Radio Row ahead of Sunday's game. Here's AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ and Rob on the Morning Huddle, 94.1. It's 8:59, so technically Evan Cohen's not late yet.
Yeah, I think he's still on air until like right now.
Oh, well, he better hurry his ass up.
I know. They're behind me if you're watching, but they're behind this big old fence. So you can't really, it's like being on outside of Wrigley Field. You can hear stuff going on, but you can't quite see it.
Oh, it's going like that.
They're fancy back there. They have free coffee. That's why
fenced.
they got us high fence because they got the free stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't want us regular radio type. So I expect you and I know his handler quite well. Jeff Martinell knows where we are. So he knows we're on a clock, that this is a professional outfit.
Yeah. And it looks like you're going to be hanging out with some hot chicks later on today. And a good
look,
chef.
Man, I have a line. Oh, my favorite dude. I'm going to talk with Andrew Zimmern this afternoon. And those who've been following me on this, it is an ongoing love affair, a bromance like none other, mine and Andrew Zimmern. But I have an in. Check this out. So there's a barbecue cook-off tomorrow where they need a judge. And I met a couple that knows some people that might know a dude that might actually get me into this. So I might be judging a barbecue cook-off for the taste of the NFL tomorrow because, I have the bona fides as a Texan.
Now I'm jealous. Before, I didn't mind that you were out there and,
Well, here's the other part of this. I will say this.
You're going to eat a lot of meat.
I don't know who's cooking.
Oh.
So that's really the
it's
key,
a bunch
right?
of Californians, I bet.
Yeah, it might be.
It's not a vegan barbecue,
yeah,
is it?
I don't know.
There's going to be braised tofu and roasted cauliflower.
My question is, why do you need a judge this late in the game, or did they find out something that I'm about to find out? Like, all right, what's your favorite grilled kale?
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
So I'm going to have to clarify before I do this. But if it is, in fact, an opportunity.
These are monk fruit burn-ins.
You know what? You joke. And here he sits. Evan, have a seat. This is live radio right here.
Were you going to defend monk fruit before Evan got here?
Yeah, let's bring him on up. Let's see what we've got here. Are we up? We are. Evan, you live? There we are.
Good. There we go.
Hey, that's fancy radio.
Hey now.
So did you
wait a second? We got a Howard fan right there, or Larry Sanders show. What do we have? Hey now.
A little bit of both.
Did you just run from studio to here?
Yeah, we just got done 2 seconds ago.
So what's going on the other side of the fence? Do y'all have like good pastries and stuff?
Yes. If I'm going to be honest with you, yeah. So here, this is the amazing thing. So we have like our whole setup. And then we have a green room behind it. So we have this entire team of people, which is truly remarkable and very lucky to have that. And the team of people back there arrange everything. Like they even asked, like, I don't look at myself as anything. And beforehand, they're like, well, what do you want? I'm like, what do you mean? What do I want? Like to do the show? Like, no, we want to know like what drinks, what food. This is heaven. Although I do see Reese's all over the place here.
I have a Reese's and I have a fairly cool Pepsi. I'd be more than happy to offer you.
No, I'm okay. Thanks for the offer, though. Thanks for the offer.
Anything you want, Evan.
Oh, thank you. I just want to talk to you guys.
Evan Cohen at ESPN. Now, we cover you for most of your show, but we do get you in there early. So I listen to you in the morning as I come into work. You're my
I
morning show.
I appreciate it.
As I come in. How many radio rows have you worked?
Oh God! I think the first one I did was probably 2005, so 20 or 21.
You've been hitting them that long.
Yeah, I've been here for a while doing this. With this show, obviously, this is my third. I've only been on ESPN Radio for 3 years. I was on Sirius for 12 years prior to that, and then ESPN West Palm in South Florida before that, where I would be talking about the Heat and the Spurs in the finals every single year. Basically, it felt like for a while. So, probably about 20 or so.
So my co-host is sitting at home. You can't see him. I can.
Mm-hmm.
That's AJ Hoffman. How many Super Bowls have you worked, AJ?
I would say 11 or 12. Somewhere like that. Yeah.
I'm coming up, but I'm at like 19. Between the three of us.
Wow.
Of all, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen on Radio Row?
God.
Or the most memorable would be maybe.
Well, there was a year, let's see if I don't get myself in trouble, where I think the people that came through here and the guests that came through here were maybe not as vetted as they once were. So I remember in one town, there was a local establishment, let's say, that had some of their entertainers walk through Radio Row. Maybe they were just getting off of a shift and they walked around Radio Row for people to interview. I thought that's different than like a random old offensive lineman to see, Destiny walk through. I mean, that's nothing wrong. Destiny's got to earn a living. But that was probably the one that I'm like, wow, this is interesting. I did not think this was going to happen this way.
You go where the fish are. AJ,
was that a good answer? I don't know.
No, I get it. I think I was there.
Probably.
And Destiny was a good friend.
One of my favorite things was in New York. We had like Jesse Jackson was making the rounds, and we had Jesse Jackson on, and then our competing station in Houston had Jesse Jackson on, and at the time, Al Sharpton's nephew played for the Houston Texans, and our competition got Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson mixed up. And all I did for the rest of Radio Row was talk about how racist they are, that every black man is the same. And I mean, it had to be extremely embarrassing for them. But we made sure to let everyone know that he thought Jesse Jackson was Al Sharpton. And then we took pictures with Jesse Jackson with our fists in the air to make sure we were on the good side of history, unlike our competition. So that was my favorite Radio Row moment.
Wow. So how about Carter Bryant? What do you guys think?
Evan Cohen, ESPN Radio, sitting in with us right off his gig, man. You want to talk about bailing out into
watching Steph Castle hit mid-range jumpers last night against OKC.
Okay,
against the B squad.
Tell us your perception of the Spurs team. Enough about us. What do you think about us?
Yeah, right. So franchise-wise, obviously unbelievable. They're top franchise. I'm a Heat fan, so they are the top franchise along with Miami in my mind and Golden State in the league. I think what they have done in rebuilding this thing is phenomenal. I think that Wemby, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Wemby feels like maybe the most prepared for the spotlight superstar I've seen in any sport since LeBron, maybe Andrew Luck. Just in terms of you knew he was going to be a superstar. He knew he was going to be a superstar. He is a superstar and acts like it in a professional way. The way that Mitch Johnson has taken over in an impossible situation for Pop, obviously, is tremendous. I think getting the griminess, and I say that complimentary, of Steph Castle is tremendous. The De'Aaron Fox trade, I wasn't as in love with as the concept of just letting Steph Castle and Dylan Harper go to work. But I just think that they are so well built for now. They're so well built for later. And like players around the league should, they're going to want to come and join Wemby.
That's Evan Cohen of ESPN Radio joining us right now. Now you hear him in the morning and you hear him after us. What's the best thing about the show you're doing right now?
I think that KYP, and what I mean is know your personnel. I think so many times we all get into this industry, entertainment industry, and we don't know what role we play. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? I think after our first year, now getting into our third year, we started to really establish the roles of like, Michelle's good at this. Chris is good at this. I may be halfway decent at that. This is how we use our producers in terms of both on air and off air. And I think the best part is we know what position we're playing. Because you could equate it to sports. If you don't know what position you're playing, it's hard to max out at that position. And I think the best thing is we've now understood what position we play so we can all work together to dominate if we can.
Yeah, well, certainly you can feel it on the show, and you can certainly feel it as you guys have gone on, how it's become a bit of a family atmosphere. What's Smallman like off the air?
She's wonderful. She and I are extremely close. She is Midwest Michelle. When you're thinking about her, she's from St. Louis. area, Illinois/St. Louis area. She went to Illinois, and she is glass half full at all times. Girl next door in terms of reliability, in terms of, just wanting to be around, and she couldn't be kinder.
Who's the one that's let's just do this, and who's the one that's over prepared?
I think that we all prepare a ton.
Well, everybody prepares their own way.
Right, but I would say that I'm the one that says if we get any turn we could make, I want to make a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Any veer off, I want to veer off, right? So a lot of times it's getting me back on track, even though I'm the one who's supposed to play point guard in this spot. But Cece has Canty has an amazing TV background as well, and in TV, it's like this is what we're doing. There is no
that
veer
block,
off,
right?
Yeah.
Well, AJ's a hyper prepared kind of host. He's got every off-ramp card just sitting in front of him. Just look at him.
I mean, this is what I do. Yeah, he can't see me, but that is, of course, what I do. I am the most prepared. Evan, tell us about your thoughts on the game itself that's coming up on Sunday. Do you have first of all, I know saying is it a surprise that these two teams are here is pretty obvious, but is one more surprising than the other? And a question I've been wanting to ask, not you particularly, but I've been wanting to talk to Rob about, if one of these teams was to be 6-11 next year, who do you think it is?
That's a great one. Seattle. I would say Seattle is more likely to be 6-11 next year, just because of the fact that their division is really difficult. Niners are always good. Rams are always good. The Patriots, the Bills are going to be good, but the Dolphins and Jets stink. So I think that the idea of them being 6-11 with a young team and with cap space seems like it's a hard thing to imagine.
They're going to have to play a first-place schedule, though, and they played the easiest schedule in the history of the NFL this year.
They also played the toughest defenses in the history of the NFL getting to the playoffs. So there's a counter to that. And I think they have a coach that has been there and done that. And Mike McDonald has been unbelievable for Seattle, but he's still relatively new in being a head coach in this league. And so I would say New England, I'm more surprised New England is here. So I'm a front runner. I root for New England and the Heat. Don't even ask. There's a reason behind all of it. You don't have time. Destroy me after. Anyway, so New England, I watch every snap. I've done that for years. I did not see this coming this year at all in any way, shape, or form.
When we're talking about the success, the possible success for both of those quarterbacks, I like to ask the question about the negative. For either quarterback, the loss will either reaffirm either.
How do you know you're in radio? Asking the negative question.
So let's talk about Darnold. If the loss does happen, New England does surprise. What does that do to Darnold in his place in the NFL?
All right. What it does is it solidifies him as a $40 million plus a year starter for the next 3 to 5 years, undoubtedly. Okay, so he's going to have generational wealth, and he's going to have a place in this league as a starter, because if they lose, Seattle's going to try to run it back. If all of a sudden he's not playing as well, somebody else is going to say, well, this is a guy that's taken a team to the Super Bowl. We're still going to give him a contract. There's no issues with him off the field, nothing like that. So I think that's where they go with that. If New England loses, it's Drake May's second year. Like, I don't want to say who cares, because Marino never got back after getting there in his second year, but it's almost like, all right, well, now it was supposed to be next year, the year anyway. Now really go all in for next year.
Evan, we appreciate you stopping by right after work. It's a little bit of OT for you, man.
I wanted to break down this, but can I ask you guys two questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can the Spurs make a finals run this year?
They can if everything falls into place.
And what's everything falling into
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's head falls off.
Yeah, there's something. There'll be an injury involved, and a team that finds their shooting range from three and really kind of finds their defensive structure away from Wemby.
And the guard that will ultimately be moved?
Well, De'Aaron Fox is a ticking clock. I mean, De'Aaron Fox will
Does
probably
he know that?
No. And when we say soon, I think we're talking several years. I think this trio is going to be together for a couple of years.
I disagree. Okay. I think there's a real chance that one of the two young guards, and I think probably Castle, ends up being moved, because I think he's got the most right now value. So if the Spurs did want to make a move and get more to a right now team, I think that's the guy they'd move.
AJ, that's an interesting one, because basically what you're saying is Castle is what he is right now, which is really good, and it's harder to imagine him taking a leap in a way that maybe Harper would moving forward.
Yeah,
that's not a bad, like, almost. I mean, Derek White took a leap when he went to Boston, but Derek White's value, all-star caliber, as the third or fourth best player in a team that's better than the opposing team's third or fourth best player. And that's what you think it'll wake Steph Castle.
And also, Derek was allowed to do some things that he would have never been allowed to do with Pop. And I think Steph is living in a different world than Derek was. He's free to do a lot of things because of the way Mitch coaches the game. I agree he has the most value, but I think they place an equal amount on all three. The only reason I say that De'Aaron won't go immediately is because promises were made. I think that.
I also think having 1 more year of control on Derek Harper is a big deal to the Spurs. As you start to try and build this roster, and eventually the Spurs are going to run into money issues trying to keep this young core together. I think having that 1 more year of cheap control of Harper is a tiebreaker to me.
Yeah.
I could do this all day. I'm so into the Spurs talk.
Genuine pleasure. Well, Evan, thank you so much for what you do for us in the morning. You
thank
get me
you for
going,
having
everybody
us. That's
else.
awesome. I appreciate the support.
And thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
That's Evan Cohen right now. You hear him early, you hear him late, right here on ESPN Radio.
There you go. Rob, appreciate you running point on that one. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see what's going on in the world outside of sports. And then we'll do the daily lines to wrap up the show. We're almost done. We're almost done with Small Friday of Super Bowl week, Rob.
We're almost there,
you
man.
know when you
almost there.
You remember about like week 8 when I was like, oh, football season's almost over. And you were like, oh, there's still plenty. Don't worry. We only have one football game left.
Did you watch the Pro Bowl
I missed
at least?
the
So you
pro
got a
football
little
or
bit.
the pro flag football game. I missed that.
Well, dang it, then you do only have one left.
That's it.
That's it. And we got good commercials and a heck of a opportunity to watch several halftime shows.
That's right. All right, we'll be right back. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You never consider things until you're actually away from them. And, you don't think about your water hardly ever. But if you're someplace and you're not accustomed to the water that's hitting you in the shower, you just don't feel clean or it just doesn't get the stuff off you, you understand how important your water is at home. And if you've got a Connecticut, even more so, because I don't ever see the water quality anywhere else that I get at home. It's certainly something I don't like to have to compare because that tells me where I'm at and where I need to be. That's what Connecticut does for me. I know when I'm at home, everything's taken care of. My pipes are clean. My appliances are being taken care of. My whites are staying white. I don't have all that stuff on my skin. I'm not spending extra money on salt because Connecticut's don't even plug in. They don't have a motherboard even to break. So many people see the Connecticut, see the system and how well it works and assume it's too expensive. It is not, and now is the best time. With your great credit, there's 0% financing. Hey, and if you're looking for a gift, I got one for you. First of all, call Connecticut today at 656-PURE. They'll come out and put a Connecticut in your home. If you're already plumbed for such things, they'll put it in there for 90 days so you can see what I'm talking about. And when you decide to buy, there's a reverse osmosis drinking station just waiting on you. They've got the decor to match yours. It'll be beautiful and it'll save you money. You'll never have to buy another water bottle again. When you're ready to make the tea and the coffee, it's right there at the sink. Perfect. I love mine, but I had to buy mine. You're going to get yours free. Go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details. But now's the time. Go get that Connecticut. And I know you're going to come on by here and thank me later.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More behind-the-scenes access is coming up next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. Just cleared that wreck at 410 westbound at Airport. 35 southbound 1604 northeast side. That's a stall. Right lane. 7-8 minute delay has you slow from Schertz Parkway. Still have that stalled 18-wheeler on 35 northbound at Tupperwine. Blocking the center lane has you a bit slow from Randolph. And also a heads up, 1604 westbound, that connector to westbound I-10, that new flyover ramp now open. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the big game in Silicon Valley. And the only local station bringing you exclusive wall-to-wall coverage from the Bay Area. All brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're live from Radio Row with insider interviews, breaking stories, and all of the pregame excitement leading up to the superb hour. From the biggest names in sports to behind-the-scenes access, we've got it all. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Your front row seat to the backstage action, live from the Bay Area, is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio's leader in personal injury law, and we have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us to share more.
Number one priority is to let the people know that we are a law firm that's been part of this community for 50 years. Mr. Gomez, he's been a practicing attorney here since 1973. He's born and raised here in San Antonio, done nothing but help out personal injury victims. It's very important that we get that out to the San Antonio community because a lot of these attorneys like to come in here and act like they're from here, but they're all out-of-towners. They don't know what goes on here. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years. And we're not going anywhere.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Craft beers, kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens conveniently attached to North Star Mall, open late. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com.
It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway. Predict the exact score of the big game in Santa Clara, California, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com. The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Dietz Tractor. Score big with Dietz Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Moe's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
$9:22 here on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How's it going, Rob?
Oh, I'm kicking it.
You feeling better now that you've got some caffeine?
I've been heavily caffeinated.
You got to hang out with Evan Cohen?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, we all
hey man, we all have jobs to do.
We've all got our jobs to do. And hey, he's a big Spurs fan. How about that?
He is. I appreciate that about. No, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he seemed like a good dude. But I automatically now don't like him now that I know he's a Patriots fan.
That tells you a lot about someone, doesn't it?
It's one thing to be like, okay, I think the Patriots can cover. I think the Patriots might win the game. Fine. But once you say like, oh yeah, I'm a Patriots fan. No. I really
immediately lose.
I really don't want to talk to you. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to you anymore, quite frankly.
Yeah,
it's like
it's kind of out the window. I felt the same way.
Yeah, you should honestly. If listen, I know you were in a difficult spot. If I were the one there and you were here, I would have just told him to get up and leave.
It's time for you to go.
Yeah.
Well, he's here as a courtesy to a good friend of ours. So I wasn't going to offend anybody.
But again, like maybe Jeff should have let us know that he was a Patriots fan.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
I didn't. I submitted a questionnaire and I didn't get a chance to read it before he got back. I didn't have him bring the questionnaire with him. For those that don't know, we have an 87-point questionnaire we give to all of our guests. We want to get a full measure of their current psychoanalysis, analytical state, and we want to know who they are and what they're doing.
That's right. That's all we want to know.
That's how we do things.
We
this
just
is
don't
how
want
we roll here.
We don't want to end up with some random ass dude on our show ever.
Either be able to do that or master the Stephen A. Smith strut into a party. And if you can do one of those two things, you can come on to the Morning Huddle.
And you can do that now?
I'm going to practice it because it is a unique and flowing movement that at some point I'd like to be able to master, but it involves a scowl. You got to look like you shouldn't be here. You're kind of upset that you're actually walking through the club.
This is a waste of your time.
Yeah. What am I doing at this club? And
where was it at?
Why are
what
people
club
around
was it
me?
at?
It's some downtown warehouse kind of thumping club in San Francisco. I don't know. I can tell you I did not fit. So I felt very, very, very out of place. So, and then I'm standing there and then I feel this like this movement in the force, this ripple, and I turn and the crowd separates and here comes Stephen A. strutting in. And I felt this like a warm glow about me as he came around. I turned out, my first thought was, who the hell is this guy? When he turned the corner.
He is, listen, man.
Who the hell are you, man?
Good for him. He's built himself an empire. How about that?
Oh, yes.
If we say anything negative, we're being hating ass haters.
Negative. I wish I had the strut come into a club that Stephen A. does. That's all I'm saying. If I had it, I would do it just like him. I don't got it.
We ain't got it like that, Bubba.
Not like that, I don't.
We ain't got it quite like that.
What's the blue steel scowl?
What's on the docket for tonight? What are you guys getting into?
Tonight is one of the highlights of my week. It is the Ron Jaworski cigar party in honor of the retired NFL greats and funding their health care for those that didn't get it when they were playing. So it's they bring in cigar makers from all around the country, all around the world, and everybody smokes cigars and drinks bourbon, and that's important.
God, that sounds like a good time, doesn't it?
I'm looking forward. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite events.
Are you a big cigar smoker?
No, not really, but I am today.
Yeah,
I'll grab a few to bring home. So I'll be coming home with.
Just don't grab them out of a murderer's stash.
We don't talk about that story because that never actually happened.
Okay,
but
I'm not looking for that kind of trouble.
No, I'm not looking for that. I've skirted the law for these many years. I'm hoping that everybody involved will just long forget it. But I do plan on bringing some. I just won't steal them from somebody who has at some point been accused of murder.
You and Minix and Minix's daughter all going?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I don't know where it is. It's normally because there's a bunch of cigar smoke. Normally it's outside someplace, or at least it has venue to someplace to be outside, or someplace that's heavily ventilated. So we'll figure it out. I can't imagine there's too many places in San Francisco that are ready for 500 dudes walking around with cigars, but we'll figure out where it might be.
And then tomorrow, after the show, what's the game plan for Friday
tomorrow
night?
I will be going to see. Well, there's still an outside shot that we could get something to go see Green Day.
Oh,
an outside shot.
Where are they playing at?
Definitely out on the wharf on Friday. But I definitely will be going to see. It's Teddy Swims, Blake Shelton. Teddy Swims, a country dude, and somebody else at the Golden State Arena.
Oh, okay. So there's if you
it's
can't get into Green Day, you're going to go to that.
Yes, that's the plan. So I'll probably be going to that.
Okay, even though Minix probably has ins at Green Day, doesn't he?
No, we've been trying. I mean, if we can get the 3, we're going. But these are hard to come by, hard to get.
Okay,
and that's the real key when you're around here is how can the invites you get to the parties. Like the Shannon Sharp party fell into our laps late yesterday afternoon.
Okay, have you watched the Melania movie?
No, because the reviews have been so stellar. I figured it would be. I'm waiting for it to get to IMAX.
Honestly,
I can't.
The reviews are bad enough that it makes me want to watch it.
It's so horrible. I can't imagine how bad it must be to the way they're blowing it up.
I want to know if it's like just angry liberals who are giving it these low ratings, or if it's really as bad as they say it is. I found a list of movies that have a higher IMDb rating than the Melania movie.
Like all-time movies or just current movies? Okay.
Just a couple of names of these. So did you ever see the movie with Big Boy from Outkast and Lil Wayne called Who's Your Caddy?
No. I didn't even know that was a movie.
Okay, yeah, don't watch that. It is horrific. I haven't seen this one, but Santa Claus Conquers the Martians has a 2.8 rating on IMDb.
What about Geely?
Which, by the way, Melania right now, as it stands, has a 1.3 out of 10 rating. That's with 26,000 ratings, and it has got a 1.3 out of 10. Wow. It's very difficult to obtain. Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2 had a 1.5.
Super Babies.
Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas.
Oh, man.
Oh, I remember that for some. Yeah.
Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas has a 1.3. So it's tied with the Melania movie. But then I thought, well, maybe that's not fair, because that could also be one of those that like there's liberals who hate Kirk Cameron and just want to poop on his movies. But Birdemic, Shock and Terror, a movie about birds attacking people, that got a 1.7.
Birdemic?
Yep.
That's real. I don't know what you're talking about.
Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, that's a 1.4.
Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, you say?
Yes. The Touch of Satan,
nah,
2.4. Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler movie where he plays the man and the woman, 3.3.
That's even better than that. Okay.
Yep. What about a Paris Hilton movie called The Hottie and the Naughty? That's a 2.0.
Don't Google that. You're going to get an entirely different movie if you Google it.
The live action version of Cats got a 2.8. The Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez movie, Geely.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
2.7.
That was awful.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Part 2, not the original. Winnie the Pooh
animated?
2. It's not animated. It's like
that's an interesting turn for Winnie the Pooh and Robin.
Live action Winnie the Pooh, and there's murder involved, and it's a 2.9.
Christopher Robin and Winnie. Eeyore took a turn for the worse.
This is from Justin to Kelly, the Justin Guarini and Kelly Clarkson movie that came out right after season 1 of American Idol.
I remember that. Okay.
That's a 1.9.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Where can I see? I mean, is it at a theater in San Antonio? Like, are they trying to sell tickets right now?
I don't know. I think you can
or is it
stream
just in select? Oh,
can't you? You would have to go to a theater to watch it? No way.
No, it's going to be on Netflix.
You have to go to
tomorrow.
a theater.
It'll be on Netflix soon. Trust me, it will.
But it's not now. So I think you have to go. Literally, I think you have to go to a theater.
You still have to go to theaters for it.
But what theaters?
I don't know. I don't know. What about this one? Titanic Part 2 has a 1.7.
Well, the premise is what I'm interested in.
I am too. I don't know what it is.
I'd like to see how they manage this one.
But it does exist. Also, The Son of the Mask which is the Jim Carrey. It's not Jim Carrey's not in the movie, but it's based on that Jim Carrey movie that was already pretty questionable. Other than the appearance of Cameron Diaz in that movie. Cameron Diaz was the hottest in that movie, by the way. Oh my! But even that got a 2.3. So this is it's in competition for worst movie of all time.
It's everywhere in San Antonio. You can go to like the Embassy, Regal Cielo.
So it is in theaters.
Yeah,
okay,
I think you should take your wife to that movie and just let us know what.
Yeah, what a nice night out it would be.
I'm curious. I'm gonna wait till it's on streaming. I think.
Yeah, it'll be there next week.
Well, based on the reviews, you might be right.
See, the thing is, I don't want it on my search history. I'll watch it at your house.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to know I downloaded that.
I want to see
that?
Melania 2.
Yeah, I don't want that in my history. I'd rather see porn.
I'm waiting for the sequel to Melania 2. Yeah, Melania Strikes
Melania
Back.
2, Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Gold.
All right, let's take our last break of the day. When we come back, we are going to take a look at the daily lines and wrap up the show. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. More behind-the-scenes access is coming up next on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I'd like to thank the Academy for bringing me back from the dead and sharing my story with the world. I mean, I was doing Vicodin smoothies before smoothies were cool, man. Because I'm the biggest star in the world. Michael Jackson tried to do Vicodin smoothies and he died. Never land my ass.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Big games, weekend trips, last-minute plans. February gets busy. That's why Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is opening their doors to new furry family members this month. With over 6,000 feet of indoor play space, 5 outdoor play yards, and fully trained staff supervising your pup's every move, your dog stays happy, safe, and active while you're away. Add grooming, training, and special one-on-one time to make every day, every stay unforgettable. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
Summer or winter Texas weather doesn't do anything halfway, and neither should your roofer. You need a local roofer you can trust. That is Stevens Roofing. You know, Texas roofs are not designed for freezing weather. When ice and snow melt, water seeps into the little cracks, then refreezes, creating bigger cracks. That means leaks or maybe worse. Don't wait to see what damage has occurred. Call Stevens Roofing today for a free inspection. 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994. For Stevens Roofing.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet?
This is a big
anything.
as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BILL to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BILL to 231231. That's BILL to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh, yes, playoff football is here, baby, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all that action. Playing on Underdog is so easy. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Sounds simple, right? Touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, passing yards, you name it. Is your favorite guy going to have more or less of those stats? And if you get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. How incredible is that? You know, everybody's playing at their peak right now during playoff season. Who do we trust? How about the guys who have been in the playoffs before? That's who I'm looking at consistently, guys with that experience to go higher on their stats. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You get $75 in bonus entries with your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Progressive knows there are two things RV owners love: to travel and relax. And they like to take both nice and slow. Just like this commercial. And what's more relaxing than the peace of mind knowing their RV is protected by Progressive? Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
You got a slip of the tongue like that, Minix?
Not like that.
I've heard one from our good friend Maury Vasquez talking about Deion Sanders back in the day when Sanders played for the Dallas Cowboys and was on the air at Ken's 5 and said, Sanders not playing because he's got a he's got a bulging Richard in his back.
Not a disc.
Not a disc.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Our AA Best Bail Bonds radio row coverage live from San Francisco is brought to you in part by Smoky Mo's Barbecue and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Move yourself, Rob. You always live your life.
Yeah.
I've noticed that about Rob. He always lives his life.
I live my life.
You gonna wear your chicken shirt to the cigar party?
I might be saving my chicken party shirt for the Teddy Swim show on Friday.
Okay.
I only bring the chicken shirt out for big occasions.
Well, you brought it out Monday. It was already on.
It's a big occasion. Trying to make a splash. Well, actually, it was the only thing that was still clean at the time. That's why I wore it so early.
And this is
the break it.
This is the second day in a row that you've worn burnt orange. I'm noticing.
What's going on there?
It must be my camera, but it is certainly brown.
Huh.
But
well, I mean, the vest looks brown, but the shirt underneath looks like maybe a little burnt orange.
Maybe kind of.
Maybe kind of. Oh, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you. Maybe you're coming around.
I bring on all colors.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I
all
see
my favorite colors.
I see what you're doing here, Rob. All right. Let's wrap up the Thursday show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
The Seattle Seahawks still 4.5-point favorites. Total still 45.5. The one thing I'm confident that I'm playing is going to be the under. I think 45.5 is too high. I think while you're over the number of 45 was a key number, I think you probably want to look at the under now because I expect that drops before kickoff. I think there's going to be late sharp money on the under. Just because I don't think they'll let a Super Bowl go off at 45.5 with these two defenses in it. And this, I mean, if the Patriots defense is indeed real, and
they are,
I don't know because they played the Chargers without an offensive line. They played the Texans without any pass catchers, and they played Jarrett Stidham. And then in the regular season, they played the weakest schedule in the history of time. I don't know if they're real, but if they are, and I know Seattle's defense is real, and everybody can say, well, the Patriots have been playing against these great defenses all playoffs, and they have. They've played against some really good defenses. Their offense has also stunk in these playoffs. Like it's been every game they've played has been very low scoring. I expect kind of the same thing here. I don't think the Patriots can do to the Seahawks what the Rams did. I don't think they can make it a shootout. And I think Seattle's happy to play that game. I think Seattle's happy to make this grimy and not go up and down the field.
That's the under's the surest bet for me, both first and second half total. That's my safe place to start.
I think that's a good like early, especially the first quarter. Historically, go back and I mean, I think there's maybe one or two exceptions. I look at the Patriots Super Bowls when Josh McDaniels is the OC. I think like they've had like 5 times haven't scored a single point in the first quarter of the Super Bowl. Like it is very conservative early, and now that may be Belichick. That may have been Belichick, and we'll see. But I mean, the common denominator is those are Josh McDaniel offenses, and they had freaking Tom Brady to work with. He doesn't have Tom Brady now. It's not like I don't think he's going to open it up more now that he doesn't have Tom Brady. So I think a first half under is a pretty good bet. There's a bet right now you can make. There is a yes/no prop on will both teams score in the first quarter. No is -170. I like that a lot. It's a pretty juicy number, -170. But I think this is like a 3-0 or a 7-0 start to the game. I think both these teams are going to be very cautious early on. And, these defenses are going to be prepared for each other. But I think I trust both defenses more than I trust either offense. So
that's a true statement for me. I think you're having a little bit more trouble with the Patriots defense than I am, but I certainly trust both more than either offense, and it's primarily because of the quarterbacks.
In the National Basketball Association tonight, the Brooklyn Nets head to Orlando. The Magic are 10.5-point favorites. The Wizards, who now own the rights to Anthony Davis and Trae Young, although neither will be playing tonight, they are in Detroit, where Detroit is a 15-point favorite against the Wizards. And I think
I'm comfortable with that.
I would not take the Wizards. I can tell you that much. I might take the Jazz tonight. Jazz catching 10 points at the Hawks tonight. That feels like a big number, again, for a Utah team that I feel like is always playing tough. They feel like they play above their skill level all the time. So I like the Jazz. What do you think of the Bulls' moves at the deadline? Trading Kobe White, like, are you?
They had a logjam there. I mean,
and trading Conley, who I know isn't your favorite, but
I think that they're clearing space. I think Kobe White is an NBA dude that needs some room. Conley is just numbers. I mean, if you're looking for an old guard, it's Conley. Maybe you could pull Chris Paul off the the scrap heap. But I mean, those are those guys' value. I think Chicago is just a little bit point guard heavy, and they wanted to make sure that what's his name has free reign as
Josh
the
Giddey.
point guard. Yeah, Giddey's got the gig, and they're just clearing the deck for more help for him.
And speaking of Chris Paul, he is traded to the Raptors after all that drama, sending him home and things like that. I don't know when he'll start playing for the Raptors or if he'll start playing.
Buy him out.
Oh, are they
going to buy him out? He won't. Yeah, he won't play for him.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
This was a salary cap move, and they're gonna pay him to go away.
Okay, I figured maybe the Raptors would kick the tires on him, see what they can get.
But I can't imagine. I haven't heard that. That's me just supposing. I can't imagine that they traded for Chris Paul to show up now. I think they're going to give him the money, and he'll be a free agent, and somebody will pick him up here.
And that somebody might be the Houston Rockets, who
or
are still
OKC.
looking
I
for a
wouldn't put
point
it past
guard.
OKC either. Both those teams could use a guy like that.
The Rockets are 2.5-point favorites tonight. This feels like a really short number. 2.5-point favorites against the Hornets. I know the Hornets are hot right now, but 2.5 at home, man, that feels like a Rocket spot, doesn't it?
Well, I'm trying to see if there's an injury that we haven't heard about that might have jumped up, because that number is way too small.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody's playing, then the Rockets minus 2.5 is very short. The Spurs are 6.5-point favorites at the Mavericks tonight, coming off that win last night. The Mavericks are, I don't even know what they're going to put on the floor tonight. The Spurs should take care of business here.
I think after last night's spirited practice, they're going to have another spirited practice and go full bore. This is one of those games, bet the over in the first half. If you're looking for numbers, look in the first and second quarter, because I think the Spurs will emphasize that first and hope that the backups and other dudes that got to play last night get to play again tonight.
But this is also the kind of game that the Spurs have really struggled in. Game after they're playing a perceived really good team, playing against a really bad team, particularly on the road, they have struggled in these spots.
Yeah, you'd have to really lay an egg tonight. I mean, Cooper have to have himself one hell of a day.
Rob, this team lost to the Pelicans.
No, I'm not saying it's not possible. Trust me. No, but after last night, they didn't blow off any steam at all. Last night was everybody played. Everybody had a chance to go up and run around. I know some guys had some 20 minutes, but they weren't stressful minutes. So they should be loose and ready. This is the kind of game I actually kind of expect to see probably a pretty fun showing. I mean, they got their groove back last night on a couple of occasions. So this is the kind of thing where go out and beat these guys by 25, and let's put some highlights on ESPN.
What about the Sixers at the Lakers? The Sixers catching 4.5, on the road. Sixers plus 4.5 at LA. I kind of like Philly here.
I do too.
I would assume that. I mean, that number tells me Joel Embiid's not going to play, which okay. I still think I like the Edge Come in Maxey show at plus 4.5 there. And then the Golden State Warriors, the new look Golden State Warriors, plus 6.5 at the Phoenix Suns. But I'm assuming that Porzingis is still going to be out for a little while, but it's like none of the players that they gave up are guys that they've been playing anyway. I did think, has there been a guy who peaked really quickly and then just fell off the map like Trace Jackson Davis? Like, I mean,
well, he was such a find. He was.
He really felt
did they
that
get him
way
in the second round,
and then they were like, "No, you suck. Beat it."
He's just so undersized. He's a bucket for his size. He's good in the paint, but he can't defend heat. He can't defend size, and he can't step out. So, but he can score on you. There's a place for him, but he's just not as big as he needs to be to play the position that he's built to play.
Yeah, Phoenix is a 6.5-point favorite tonight to get the job done over them. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I wouldn't be surprised to see Phoenix's name mentioned in the next couple of hours. I think that they're in a situation where they could improve themselves and actually, make themselves a viable candidate for an underdog kind of run in the playoffs if they get a right guy or two. So I think the Spurs and Phoenix, pay close attention to your phones today, because there could be a move.
Man, I wish I would have bet all the spots we talked about in college hoops yesterday. I talked about Illinois being so much better than Northwestern. The final score of the Illinois Northwestern game was 84-44. 84
Their Final Four
to 44.
And on the other Big Ten game.
Michigan State loses outright to Minnesota. We talked about that home court advantage.
I'm a fan of that Minnesota coach.
Izzo, again, is talking about just benching Jeremiah Fears. Like, I don't know what's going on with Michigan State. It's a very weird situation. But we talked about that being an upset spot. We also talked about Stanford maybe being a tricky game for Clemson. Stanford didn't win, but they covered 66-64. Clemson got that win on the road. And there were two massive upsets. Oklahoma State beats BYU.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, they beat Oklahoma State. Went 99-92 over BYU. But the biggest upset of the night, the Gonzaga Bulldogs lose a West Coast Conference game to someone not called St. Mary's. That does not happen very often. Portland, 87-80 win over Gonzaga. And, of course, they did the whole storm the court and all that stuff.
Oh, did you see it? That was exuberance, man. They beat the bully.
Yeah, they did. Houston took care of business 79-55 over Central Florida, and Louisville 76-65 win over Notre Dame. There's only one game in the top 25 tonight. That is Penn State hitting the road to go to number 2 Michigan. Michigan is a 24.5-point favorite. Oh gosh,
I like Penn State. They're not going to come close,
too.
But that's a big number for them.
That's just too big of a number. It doesn't that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm with you. It'd be Penn State or nothing for me. And in the NHL, the Rangers host the Hurricanes. Hurricanes minus 205 on the road. Islanders at the Devils. That's minus 110 both ways. The Senators minus 135 in Philly. The Buffalo Sabres minus 125 hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Capitals minus 160 hosting Nashville. The Lightning minus 185 hosting the Florida Panthers. And the Golden Knights of Vegas minus 130 favorites hosting the LA Kings. So there you go. That's your look at all the numbers. All right, Rob. That does it for us. The Blitz comes up at 2. I know they've got a bunch of big guests today as well.
Oh, they're stocked. Yeah.
I know Doug Flutie's on the show today. I see Keith Bullock on the list for them. Dalton Schultz. So they've got a lot going for them today. So make sure you check them out at 2:00. Make sure you sign up for the golf tournament. Register today at sasportstar.com before we sell out. We're not going to feel bad for you if we sell out. Rob, have fun tonight smoking those cigars, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow. How about that?
Absolutely. We'll have lots of guests for everybody tomorrow, too.
All right, there you go. Remember the Blitz coming up at 2:00. Hey, Vic, am I good to go? Am I good to get out of here? I don't have any music.
No, hold on. Another 10
step on out of there.
Oh, well, look what you've got on the sign, Vic. You blew it.
Oh, okay.
You put 9:54. You blew it.
Dang it.
What a loser.
Did I put 50?
I didn't even get a sign.
No, there's no 50.
Oh.
It just says 9:54.
My fault.
Do I just keep talking till I can't hear anything?
No, just shut up. The show's over.
I'm just going to keep talking till I don't hear anything.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody.
Everybody have a good one.
Bang! Bang! Bang!